look. Get out the way, get out the way, get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get the fuck up out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me, ho. You either with me or win. Fuck everything else. Win. These niggas ain't shit. Win. Stop chasing that bitch. Win. J Rocco on 10. Exit at 4. Bring friends. Black two go. Jump in. You might wanna keep score. I win. Forearm tattoos. That's squad. All of them go shoot. Don't try. I walk in room. They eyes wide. Third album comes soon. I'm glad y'all gon' die. I ain't chasing after no bitch. I got bigger plans than staying rich. I've been tap dancing since I was 6. I tap dance all on a brick. And your diamonds like tap water. That shit way too foggy. These VVS is way awesome. Watch the less of baby mama. Drop to your death without warning. Get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get the fuck up out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me, ho. You either with me or win. Fuck everything else. Win. These niggas ain't shit. Win. Stop chasing that bitch. Win. Fuck niggas don't stay outside when I'm outside. I put the beats on them like drow side. I got the bounce side and that loud side. And if you act bad, I bring the cow side. Go and get your money, bitch. None of my niggas on some funny shit. I can tell real by who you're running with. I'm all in the field, duck hunting shit. Hit my plug just to re-up, and he was like, boop. Here. Legal knew just what it was. Flipped the whole dub and gave it back, boop. Yeah. 9/11, no malice, baby. 9-ball, but no violence, baby. My trigger finger got callous, baby. My bare knuckles got talent, baby. I'm all in the wind with it. On Deuce line, I've been with it. She too fine, I've been hit it. Crashed 2 times, I limo tinted my new ride. I'm riding with the toaster. 12 better not put me over. Championship going dumb. Welcome to something I won, bitch. Get out the way, yeah. Get out the way, get the fuck up out my way, yeah. You either with me or against me, ho. You either with me or win. Fuck everything else. Win. These niggas ain't shit. Win. Stop chasing that bitch. Win. We just hit the lotto. Hope y'all are feeling amazing. Already got about 56 heads in the building, ready to go. We're amped. We're going to do what we typically do, man. We're going to talk about Lotto. We're going to talk about Solana, maybe take some live trades. But this one's a little bit of an exception, man. Shout out to Cornell Copy, out here hustling yachts for a living. Ended up landing a pretty cool AMA. We'll have the homie Rey King come in the building at one point, do a little AMA, ask him some cool questions, man. Kind of hybrid the music industry with crypto. Super excited for that. And yeah, man, other than that, man, it's about to be Liddy up in here, man. Shout out to, of course, Egon, upholding a mic, man. Shout out to Boo. This is Boo's world. We just living in it. Hey. I see MJ's in the building. Tusi, what up, MJ?
Hi, guys. Welcome to our AMA. That means ask me anything for you. If you guys don't know, that's what it means. I'm very excited to have a special guest on here. Conal Capi, thank you so much for hustling to make this happen. And yeah, I'm going to be here. I have some mom stuff to do, but I just wanted to say hi and show my face. You can drop me or keep me up here, but I'm always here to show my love for you guys.
We appreciate that. Yeah, man. Be the best mom you can always be, and feel free to jump in and out throughout the night whenever you want. You know, shit. It's your channel. We just hosting it for you.
We
You
just
know
living in it, you know.
Yeah, bro. I mean, shit.
For real.
I
Look
think
at that. Not the mama's got you. She's got you there.
yeah.
Hey,
Just your channel. Just your channel.
I'm
not
gonna
the
show my
mama.
really quickly, just so you know that I mean business. You see that? You see that?
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Versace.
All my acronyms.
I love it. I love it. Let's say hi to the crew, man, before we forget, like always, man. First off, hello to you, Louis V. Appreciate you. I actually followed you back today. Didn't realize I wasn't following you this whole time. So thank you for being so supportive of the Lotto fan band. We appreciate you. If y'all could do like Motown did and repost the stream. I mean, he's the dev of the decade and he out here reposted it. Imagine if we all did it. Repost it, like it, comment, get this algos cooking. We got a special guest, man. I don't want him to come in here with like 100 people, man. I want y'all to really like push this today more than you ever have because, hey, you never know what's going to come from this, you guys. I'm just saying, bro. I'm not going to lead y'all to believe some shit that's going to happen that might not or may not. All I'm saying is he gets an opportunity to have a stage and we get an opportunity to have a stage on his audience and ours. So it's really, really important, man. The music industry, man, is very intertwined with making money in general, and that's what crypto is all about. So sometimes, man, it's a perfect blend. So we'll see, man. Push it out for us, Sherry. Oh, Sherry, got all the hearts in the Lotto fan bam. Appreciate you in here as always. Loved your suggestion earlier today as well. And sorry for the all caps. I was moving quick there. Dante says, hi. And that is Dante, even though he's got Baby Yolo up there. Don't think that's Baby Yolo's like seventh person. I've actually spoke to Dante. He's a cool dude. Definitely different than Baby Yolo. But let's face it, bro. Let's face it, though. Dante is the reason why this meme coin has so many fucking memes. If you're on X, you know what? I'm just going to do it. You're on X. You go to post. You click on GIF. You type in. Yeah, that's all. Just a Lotto, just like that. And I promise you, it's going to take you hours to get down. He's got Lotto memes for days, over 1,200 of them. Literally, it just keeps going. And then every time I get to the bottom, I'm like, damn, I don't even know which one I want to pick anymore. Then more open up and more open up. One of my favorites right there. I can't flex. That shit's funny as hell. This one's one of my favorites too. Can't lie. But it just keeps on going. Diamond hands. You got me in here just dancing. Just straight dancing, bro. You got the machine. It's an ATM machine. You got MJ out here doing the swivel with the hips. You got this dope-ass little Mario-looking lotto baller just out here squashing the little mushroom dudes. You got I Am Ash, my sister out here, Baywatching it up, dude. Baywatch when she Baywatch. That's what it comes down to. You got little Donald Trump out here with the rockets and the logo. I mean, the list goes on. It doesn't stop. One of my favorite ones. Can't wait to find a reason to post that shit. Dude, Lotto, it's for the children. It just keeps going and going and going. Yo, what the fuck did I just see? What the fuck is this, Dante? Did you make Dante, dog? Did you take me and make me a girl, cuz? Oh, dude, did you take me and make me a girl, cuz?
Ariana.
Is that what this is?
I don't know.
Is that me, dog?
That's fucking hilarious.
Is that me? Motherfucker, answer me, Dante. Is that me, dog?
My
Is that supposed to be? Did you take a picture of me and make me? I thought we was cool, my guy. I ain't gonna flex, bro, but we got 1,200 plus memes, including that soft ass suspect ass one that my boy might have fucked around and made your boy look like one of them things. You know, she transitioned and shit. But hey, as you can tell, that's fake. I have no hair. I got the MJ bald skin, not that MJ bald skin. That sounded fucking weird. I'm talking about Michael Jordan here, how he went bald, like me, like so. We are one of a kind. Speaking of MJ, there is a meme coin, not a meme coin, a fucking GIF that's got me as MJ, Lotto Baller style. Anyways, I'm moving on before I just say some dumb shit again and over and over. Not the mama's in the building. I'm ready to go. She said, I'm ready to go, dog. Jordan's in the building. My dude ain't rocking a yellow tee no more, dog. But my boy Jordan out here, speaking of Jordans out here, dude, that's the homie Settler right there, bro. Hot Sauce is in the building. Mr. Captain America out here saving the day. My man's out here reposting the stream and shit. Be like him. Be like Jordan. Be like the dev of the decade. Do your thug dizzle. Look at Mo. He's on every platform showing love. He's back on YouTube now. He's like, yo, TikTok, Twitch, fucking Kick. I don't care where you watching it, man.
He's like, catch me if you can. How about that?
How about that? Catch him if you can. How about that? Maybe he'll be on Twitch next. Who knows? Maybe he's got multiple devices. Maybe his child is doing it. Who knows? One thing I do know, we got Cornell Copy in the building. And just so you know, man, when you guys take one of the NFTs and make it your fucking PFP, that shit warms my heart, bro. I don't know how she feel, but for me, I'm like, dang, that's dope, bro. So I love seeing it, man. Shout out to you, man. Showing up, so much support, man. And again, thanks to you, bro, we get an opportunity to intertwine the music industry and get to know an artist that's, man, been killing the game, bro. 2-time Grammy nominated as a producer too. Stop playing, man. Excited to speak with him tonight, man. What else we got, man? Mr. Chris is in the building. You know he gonna be here. Mr. Chris, GM, even though it's like good evening out here, dog. What's cracking, bro? I'll tell you, my bones is cracking. I don't know why I said that, but my bones is not cracking right now. But when you get distracted because these dogs want to fuck around and bark all day, you know, sometimes you just spew out nonsense. So we're gonna roll with that. Let me get these little tookuses out. In the meantime, I saw a very important person came in the building. One of my fucking brothers, dude. The homie Massimo. What it do?
What's good, fam?
How you feeling,
How
bro?
we living? I gotta be honest. You started on time, so I wasn't prepared for it, but that's on me.
It is very, very rare that your boy starts on time, but it's 2 days in a row. I've been getting in a little earlier. Look, my goal is to get here at 5 o'clock, man, sharp. But I do wear a lot of hats, and sometimes I get those phone calls or last minute things I got to attend to. My one of my offices, their shift ends at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, so a lot of times, you know, I get stuck trying to kind of tie up some loose ends there. Speaking of the man, the mystery or the myth, the legend, the man who bridged the gap between I am Rey King and ourselves here at the Lotto Fan Band. We got the homie Cornell Copy.
What's going on, baby?
Cornell Copy. He got to witness your boy. He got to witness your boy win first place yesterday playing poker. Not gonna flex.
Oh,
You know, I just
dude.
flexed. Your boy's back. The king is here.
That was a
Champ is
good
here.
comeback, by the way. That was a good comeback because I saw it all. You were in the same table at first, and I saw you, you know, coming down, and then you just zeroed in, focus, boom, and just.
I'm not gonna flex, bro. I'm not gonna flex, bro. But your boy's nasty with the poker, man. I'm just saying, dude. You know, I've been letting them off easy, but now that it's 25,000 Lotto tokens at these levels, it's like, yo, dog, we got something to play for. That's a big come up. I think I got like $170 or something, like 170,000 Lotto tokens. I was like, yo, you sent them over, dog. What's up, bro? Can't believe it. And then you see this nice little recovery over here, like.
Yeah, we were looking at that. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, man, Solana didn't go up 11.75%, but we did. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Love it.
But look at these daily charts, though, you guys. I tried to show you guys this today on a post I made. I'm trying to open it up for you. I mean, you know, you tell me. You tell me. So if you think Lotto ain't gonna boom at one point, you out your rabbit ass mind, because that would be essentially like saying Solana ain't gonna do a fucking thing in the future. Stop playing. Stop playing. We got 111 people in the building. Again, I need your help tonight, y'all. For real. I know I don't typically go so hard on this side of it all, but man, like we post this space, man. Please quote it or like it or love it. Man, do something. Help us out. And for those of you that already did your part, man, I appreciate it. I really genuinely do. I want to get this room buzzing by the time he gets here, so that you know, it's exciting for us all, man. This is the first time we're getting an opportunity to kind of transition into the music industry on one of these AMAs instead of the crypto realm. So I'm definitely excited for it. I'll tell you the truth, man. I really am.
I think it's really cool and unique in a way where, because like, you know, like I've known her in, like, from a while back when I was boating in Miami area, and he is very in tune with the music business, and it's just like, you know, like as you mentioned earlier, you know, like just expanding what music is, and also what crypto is all about, making money at the end of the day, and also like integrating, you know, and obviously a lot of us in the crypto world don't know who he is, right? Because you know, like he's an artist that has worked with individuals that are, you know, huge, you know, but you know, like it's just it's tricky, you know. Music is like, I don't know if everybody knows this, but like I know personally a lot of individuals that are famous, right? But they're famous in other countries, right? You were to bring him in the United States. I know a Panamanian dude has 1 million followers on IG, right? But I'll bring him on the table. Nobody will know who he is unless, you know, we do things like this where, you know, you would put, you know, one-on-one together.
Absolutely, bro.
You know?
I mean, at the end of the day, that's going to be the important thing for all humanity, bro. If you want to progress in your craft, man, you got to get more eyes on the prize. And that's why it makes sense for individuals to do an AMA in a different kingdom, because there's people you would have never came across,
Yeah,
you know,
you never know.
Person. I think when you're doing music, man, your head's in the sand, bro. You're constantly in four walls producing and writing and recording and editing. Man, it's fine, bro. So you don't get a chance to really like see what's out there in regards to crypto or what meme coins are all about. And all you keep hearing is this crazy buzz all the time. And you're like, yo, what does that even mean? Well, dude, hopefully tonight, dude, we can kind of, you know, showcase our realm to him and give him an opportunity to learn more, if you will, about the whole frenzy of meme coins and crypto in general. Because if you're a bull like me, bro, you're going to be fucking rudely awakened if you don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah. And vice versa too, you know, like, you know, like once he's in, like, it'll be cool to like post one of his videos, so then even the community sees, you know, like what his art is about.
Do you want me to queue up some of his tracks that you know he's like real fond of?
Absolutely, that'd be cool. Hell yeah.
Let's do it, man. What's one of his tracks? I saw one today that I liked a lot, actually. But do you know of anyone in particular that he's like, dude, this is my favorite track, or this is one it's new, I'd like to promote it, play it, anything like that?
My favorite is Excited, just because like it's just, even in this moment we're excited. It's just kind of like relatable. So that's one of the
Excited by Rey King.
Yes, sir. That's one of my favorites. But we can start there, you know. Yeah. I like that one.
Play it before he even gets on, man. You guys want to feel the vibes? Y'all want me to play it before he even gets here? I'll let y'all decide, man. Y'all want to hear a track real quick before he gets here? Because we got some time. Yeah? All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. So excited, baby. Yeah. By the way, this is his company. He does all of that.
All right, do me a favor, mute your mics for your boy.
I'm feeling like Jesus walking on water. Some nights I feel like I'm Poseidon. I be a legend. Sometimes I wish I could deny it. I know that they want me to lose, but I told them don't get too excited. I heard that they were lying looking for me. Somebody told them I ain't harder. I'm feeling like Jesus walking on water. Some nights I feel like I'm Poseidon. I look in the mirror and I see a legend. Sometimes I wish I could deny it. I know that they want me to lose, but I told them don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. I'm the one that can't hide it.
We ain't gonna make you wait, man. It's your own track, man.
Let's go.
We got the homie Rey King in the building, man. I heard a lot about you. Definitely looked you up and did a little bit of research, man. But I think it's always way more entertaining and fun to hit you with the rawness and just find out the details from you personally, man. But first off, welcome to the Lotto fan band, my dude. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, man. You know.
100%, bro. We excited, bro. You know, in the music industry, bro, you know, you get your head in the sand, right? You got literally four walls, producing tracks, listening to tracks, writing music, recording the music, sitting down in a Pro Tools session, probably doing your own editing at times. And you never really get that opportunity to see what the streets is all about. You know, as far as the financial realm goes, we hear about meme coins, we hear about crypto, we hear about all this shit. And it's like, yeah, I'm focused on my task. I'm focused as an artist. And sometimes you kind of miss out on a little bit. So I'm kind of happy to give you an opportunity to hear about us. But at the same token, being that you've been all around the world, a lot of us may not have heard of you before. And now we get a chance to really hear some of your tracks, support you as an artist. It's always good when you get to know an artist, bro. You get to support them personally. And we're excited to hear all about it, bro. Your journey from A to Z, the whole 9 yards. So I hope you're ready. We're going to have some questions today.
We here, bro. We here. We lit.
Let's go. Let's go. So at one point, I'm going to go through some of the questions that the community had hit us up with. But, you know, I'm raw, bro. I don't really like to write shit down. I like to just really feel the vibe and just go into it. So we'll get started soon. I want to play this song Excited. We was excited to play the song Excited. This one was actually brought to us by Conel Capi. He's like, yo, hit up Excited. That's the one. I want to hear from you. All right. So we're gonna start this track back from the top, man. I hope y'all enjoy it. This is your homie, of course, on stage with us for the first time, Rey King, man. Shout out to him. Let's go.
I had the devil lying looking for me, somebody telling my heart. I'm feeling like Jesus, I'm walking on water, some nights I feel like I'm beside it. I look in the mirror and I see a legend, sometimes I wish I could deny it. I know that they want me to lose, but I told them don't get too excited. I heard the devil lying looking for me, somebody telling my heart. I'm feeling like Jesus, I'm walking on water, some nights I feel like I'm beside it. I look in the mirror and I see a legend, sometimes I wish I could deny it. I know that they want me to lose, but I told them don't get too excited. Don't get too excited. I'm the one that can't hide it. Double trying his hardest to find out where my heart is. Keep my arm on my fighters. Been fighting these demons. I was trapped in the darkness, trying to find where the light is. Yeah. You know I'm a king, better call me your highness. From now on, you don't wanna try. Boy, I'm the son of the most, and you know I'm the highest. You got you can say that I'm biased. I take in the church, every song is a service. You coppers is acting like giants. I'm feeling like David, it's all for your head, so I'm guessing you must be Goliath. Me and God, we just made an alliance. I'm like Daniel, I sleep with the lions. I went to Mexico to speak with the minds. They told me, nigga, you too deep with the science. I'm a G, so I'm moving in silence. I come from the bottom, and love to the struggle, and then you give birth to the triumph and never complain. Yeah, keep it ratchet, it's room for the righteous. Oh, you got an identity crisis. I'm so down when you mix them with ISIS. You like down when you run out of nitrous. Got my foot on their neck, other foot on the gas, little nigga, you don't got a license. I don't care if you niggas don't like this, ain't nobody like this. Somebody telling my heart. Feeling like Jesus, I'm walking on water, some nights I feel like I'm beside it. I look in the mirror and I see a legend, sometimes I wish I could deny it. They want me to lose, but I told them don't get too excited. I heard the devil lying looking for me, somebody telling my heart. I'm feeling like Jesus, I'm walking on water, some nights I feel like I'm beside it. I look in the mirror and I see a legend, sometimes I wish I could deny it. I know that they want me to lose, but I told them don't get too excited.
That shit go hard.
Appreciate it, bro.
I ain't even gonna lie, bro.
Appreciate it.
That's a banger. That's a banger, man. Yeah, you hit me with the I'm keeping it righteous. Like right there, that enough was already like, okay. You see, a lot of people might not have picked up on some of the metaphors, bro, but the fact that you really talking about David and Goliath, your wordplay is on point. You know, so I used to write music for a long time. I still write music to this day, bro. Your wordplay's on point. Your delivery was nasty. You was riding the beat. The shit was fire. I could see how you made it as far as you made it so far in the game, bro. Excited to see your journey moving forward for starters. And I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. I'm a nasty critic. I'm probably one of the worst people for this kind of shit because I really be like digging deep into this.
As
You
it
did,
should be.
you did that. That's a fire track right there.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, real shit. So let's first talk about your story, man, because again, becoming an artist, bro, and really like making it to the point where you bringing in resources from that, it's not easy, man. It's not easy at all. It's fucking hard. It's very difficult. It's a very saturated market, and you really got to stand out. It's not who you know. None of that bullshit's real. You got to stand out in a crowded room.
Yeah, man. It's I always tell people, man, like for you to do this, you gotta really love it for real.
That's for starters, right? If you ain't got the passion in it, you ain't gonna last in it. That's for sure.
And nah, man, because it requires too much. You gotta give it your all. It requires your undivided attention. You know, if you got family or a wife or husband or boyfriend or whatever, like all that shit comes secondary towards the vision, you know? So it's like you got to be surrounded by people that understand that, and they're able to assist you push that vision and not feel like you're neglecting them because you missed a birthday or whatever. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that, they got to understand that you're on, you know, just a different time. And it's not personal, like, you know, but then, you know, you also got to balance it out too, you know, because life is about balance. So you got to learn to balance it out, learn to go see the fam, learn to appreciate, you know, the quality time that you can spend with the people you love, you know what I'm saying? And when it's not work, you feel me? So it's a little bit.
You hit it on the head with that answer. I mean, man, crypto's really, really similar, bro, to the rap game, bro. It really is, bro. It's the time and the efforts and the dedication. And I think it's whatever craft you're into. I think no matter what you are like obsessed with, right? Whatever you can't live without is what you focus most of your time on. And if you're not surrounding yourself with people that give you that extra battery charger and charge you up and give you that extra oomph, it's very difficult to push forward because, like you said, when you start sacrificing time with your loved ones to chase something, to them it's unfathomable. It's a pipe dream. It's sure, buddy, just like so-and-so, right? And you need those people you need to surround yourself with those people that understand, see your vision, believe in you, and don't think it's a pipe dream, but actually know what you're capable of, you know? And you hit that on the head with me, bro. That's the craziest thing in the game, bro, is balancing. It's balancing the time and giving yourself an opportunity to really still be there for birthdays and be the dad and the husband. I'm a father of 3 daughters, bro, married to the same time. It's hard, you know? But when you're communicating enough and the loved ones that you love understand that you're on a mission, they let you kind of do your thing. You know, they genuinely do. And sometimes you pick up on the signs. Maybe sometimes you're feeling a little left out and you got to read those signs. And maybe that's where you find your balance to kind of kick back on this for a moment or two. It's going to be there when I'm done and go be that dad, that husband, that best friend, that whatever the case may be. So I agree with you to the fullest, man. Why don't you tell us where you're from originally? Like where were you born? What country, what state, where were you born originally?
Word, man. So I was born in Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island. Which is like up there by like Boston area, you know, northeast. And my family's Dominican.
Yes,
so
sir.
they're from the island, you know what I'm saying? But they all migrated here and stuff, and you know, and I was born out here, like up north in Rhode Island. Right now I'm in Miami. I live in Florida, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. So are you first generation?
I mean, I guess so, yeah, because my parents, they was both born on the island, you know what I'm saying? They moved here when they was young, though. Like, my dad went to school out, like high school out here and stuff, and my mom did a little school out here, a little bit of schooling. But yeah, I guess you could say, you know, I mean, I do got older cousins and stuff like that, too, that was born here before me, but yeah, all of us was like we're the first generation actually born here.
That's what's up.
Oh yeah.
Do you go to the Dominican Republic a lot? Do you visit?
I can't say I visit a lot. I did go not too long ago. Like I went a few months ago, for a gig or whatever. But I felt it felt a little unfair because it was like we had a show, so we just went one day and left the next day. Like it wasn't like I ain't get to do nothing. But I did, talking about that balance, I did get to go visit her aunt. Like we had like 4 hours waiting for the flight, and she lived like 7 minutes away from the airport. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go catch this Uber, go see my aunt, at least give her a hug, you know, and then catch the flight. So I was able to do that, you know what I'm saying? And
I love it.
But yeah, but I do love the country. I definitely want to go back more often.
That's what's up. So you reside in Miami now currently?
Yeah, I'm in Miami right now.
And I was just gonna say, goes like I'm not sure, but Rey King used to live out here in the West Coast. Yeah, and I used to live in Miami. We kind of switched.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I was out in LA. I was in Culver City.
I know where that's at. That's what's up. Yeah, I'm in LA, born and raised, man. I ain't never left. I mean, I visited places. Don't get it twisted, but I'm born and raised out here.
That's dope, man. Yeah.
So speaking of,
like 2 years ago, and then I ended up moving back here about like 2 years ago. I moved back here. So.
I love it. So speaking of like, you know, the hometown, you know, the buzz, when you got a buzz going, local buzz, it feels something different. And then I'll never forget, bro. Like I was doing 3 shows a weekend minimum, all of Hollywood, right? I felt like the man around that motherfucker. I was like, I'm him. And then I went on a little road trip, man. And ain't nobody know who the fuck I was. It was like, yo, this is a trip. I mean, I couldn't go to a place without being recognized by someone. They, you know, every club out there, bro, like red carpet, man, it was love, bro. But I swear to you, you just go outside the state, just Vegas alone, and it's a whole different ball game. So I want to know about your buzz, right? So you're buzzing Miami right now. Is it buzzing? Are you performing all the time? Because Miami gets lit. I've been out there a few times, bro.
Yeah, man, Miami is one of them places that it's a growing city. You know, it's small compared to LA and New York, but it's growing, and it's a party city for sure. It's very, you know, a lot of tourists, and then it's a party city. The people here are very warm-blooded, not because it's hot here, but just because the people that are here, you know, see where they from. We got all the Haitians, we got all the Jamaicans, we got all the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, Trini, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then just Floridians themselves are just a whole different breed of people. Yeah. The white ones, the black ones, no matter who it is, bro, it's different down here. So I feel like, yeah, there's definitely it's a good market, but at the same time it's growing. So I could say I am one of the artists that have been, you know, paving the way and performing from all of the, bro, I've done the open mics, I've done the poetry nights, I've done the, you know, the talent shows at the schools. I performed at churches out here. I performed for the youth events and stuff for the community. And then, of course, we turn up, you know, the club nights and stuff like that. So right now, you know, we pushing the brand. I just came back from Europe a few months ago. We did a European tour. It was my first time there. Kind of like you said, like taking that road trip and then seeing the different vibe, man. And for me, it was a beautiful experience because the fact that people didn't know who I was, but they was rocking with my music. And, you know, they had the phones out there taking pictures. Yo, let me take a picture with you. Like, you know, I could see that my music connected with them, you know what I'm saying? And impacted them, you know? So it was a dope experience for me. It kind of let me know, you know, to keep going, keep doing my thing, you know? I've also performed in, like, South America and stuff, too. Or Chile, Colombia, like, all sorts of places, man. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always fun to take your show on the road, man, and kind of see that vibe. It's like the test, you know, when you got a new track, especially you geeked out about, you like, all right, let's see if they moving in the crowd right now. I'll never forget, bro. I got offered to do this Israeli festival, dog, and I didn't know what to expect, bro. And Bro, I had kids on the stage doing the Harlem Shake and shit. I was like, whoa, this shit is turned up. Like, that was actually the biggest show I think I ever did. It was like 60,000, bro. I was like, this is crazy, bro. I've never seen that before in my life, bro. It was a lot, bro. People don't realize 50, 60,000 is a lot of people, bro. It's like, yo, you know, you go into a club, it's jam-packed. You got a few hundred in there, bro. That's pretty much it. But
Yeah.
it is cool to kind of see, you know, how they rocking with it, you know, if they bobbing their head, if they start moving, if the dance floor is clearing out, like, you know, we are hard.
All of
right?
that, man. All of that. It's always to me it's always different reactions, you know, but at the end it's always positive, you know. I performed in shows where the crowd is dead or they like sitting down the whole time just looking at me. But then when the show's over, they let me know, like, yo, I'm fucking with it and all that. You know, they just didn't jump and go crazy because they don't know me. You know, they're not fans. They're testing it out. They're really checking you out, seeing what you got to offer. But then afterwards, they're like, oh no, I fought with it. You know, that's hard. I'm gonna follow you. Da da da. So
Let's
I'm
go.
like, okay, you know, I've learned not to even feel discouraged by that either.
Yeah.
Sometimes some people that's the way they could learn, you know, like or you know, they're listening to the lyrics, they're trying to pay attention. So sometimes you might think they don't like you, but really they're just trying to hear what you got to say. You know?
Yeah. You know,
But
life is
a guy like me that I got different type of music. I make Spanglish music, bilingual music. I rap and I sing. Sometimes I do my conscious shit. Sometimes I do commercial shit. So, you know, I'm like rapping something like conscious, like people got to pay attention to that. Like it's lyrical, you know what I'm saying? It's not just like a vibe and shit that you could dance to and forget what I'm saying. So, you know,
that's the hardest part, to be honest, man, is the conscious shit. It's not just metaphors and double entendres and the way you put them together poetically, but it's the fact that it's a thinking. You know, you expecting people to think. You know, I used to hate that big time, bro. When I had gotten American Voodoo Records wanted to give me a production contract, bro, at one point, and I'm like, they want me to dumb it down. I don't even know how to do that. Like, I really genuinely don't know how to do that. And unfortunately for me, I was stubborn. I was like, dude, this is the only way I know how to be. I'm not going to slow down and I'm not going to be less detail oriented when I'm putting together something. Like, to me, that's the fun part about art. And I get it. You know, the normal ear, they're not picking up what you're putting down. Right. The beat needs to be fire. The melody needs to be cool. Your voice needs to sound somewhat dope. And that's pretty much all you need to move some things, some units. But the respect in the game and the respect for yourself and what you're into, that comes down to, you know, who you are as an artist. And the fact that you're versatile is huge, you know, being able to connect with different audiences because of being bilingual, you know, being able to sing and, you know, of course, rap, being able to produce. So what's your favorite thing to do? Your favorite thing to be a performer? Your favorite thing to produce? Is it hard to pick which one? Like, what's your favorite?
Man, I feel like I got a different type of love for each of them, you know? I don't got kids, but like, you know, like you said, you got 3 daughters. I'm sure you love them all the same, even though they're all different. You might have a different relationship with all 3 of them because there might be 3 different personalities, you know? But at the same time, you still love them all. So I kind of feel that way when it comes to this. Like, I've had to learn as well because, you know, in life, people are scared of what they don't understand, right? I'm sure you hear that a lot with the crypto world and shit. People don't know what the fuck is going on. They're scared of it. With the music is similar. And since I am maybe now there's way more people that could do what I do, but when I first started doing it, like producing, writing, rapping, engineering, like doing all of these things, a lot of people wasn't accustomed to meeting people that could do all of those things. So they would tell me to pick one, you know, oh, you should focus on one. You should focus on making beats, bro. Your beats are dope. Focus on being a producer. Maybe you'll make it that way. And like, stop thinking about rapping. And I was like, nah, bro, I haven't heard a producer, rapper that could do it like I'm doing it. So like, I'm trying to be that. I'm also not trying to be the rapper of all rappers because that's all they do. I understand I do more things, you know, so I've had to embrace that. I have moments where wanted to be a rapper only, and I'm like, man, fuck making beats, and I ain't gonna produce. I'm gonna just rap, and I'm gonna take everybody's head off, and then there's been moments that I'm like, yo, like, you know what? I'm an amazing producer. I'm gonna just find some talent. I'm gonna help these. You know what I'm saying? I obviously I could write bars easy, and I know I'm a I'm also a songwriter, so I write songs that have nothing to do with bars or rap or none of that shit. I write country songs, pop songs, Latin songs, ballad, Christian songs. So like, I don't limit myself to me as an artist. I know I write songs that ain't for me. I write songs that are for other people. I write songs for women. I write songs for, Christians. Whatever, like all sorts of different type of. So, but if I did had to pick one, I would say being the performer, because at the end of the day, whether I made the beat or not, whether I wrote the song or not, if I get to perform it and I'm on stage and we lit and the people know the lyrics and that exchange of energy, that's to me that's unmatched. It's unmatched. Nothing's ever gonna come close to that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've written songs for other people that I've heard on the radio and I've seen perform that, all sorts of big shit. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. That's dope. That's me. I wrote that. I mixed that. I did that. Whatever. I'm in the club here. I recorded that. Oh shit, cool. But then it's like, when that connection, that I heard your song and your lyrics meant this to me. I get DMs like that all the time about my older music, because the music I dropped in the past, kind of like excited. It was, it had a message to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And a lot of my fans, like, they missed that because, I got signed. My stories like a lot of people's stories. You lose yourself, you find yourself. I'm signed to a label. I'm trying to make commercial music. I'm trying to blow. I'm trying to make money just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning, the industry, and I'm working my way in it. But my core fan base, they fuck with me because they know my music got a message in it. You know what I'm saying? So when I get those DMs like, yo, bro, I'm still praying for you, or yo, I'm still listening to your shit from 09, like, yo, that shit, I started crying listening to this, or like, I'm like, damn, like, it makes me want to make that type of music again, you know what I'm saying? Which is why I made that record excited, because it was like, it made me try to, tap back into that side, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, a message in the track is, that was like, for me, that was mandatory. Like, there's a beginning to end. I grew up on artists that had like a front to middle to end. It wasn't just swagged out beats, bro. If anything, we rapped, they did the beatboxing if it came down to it, or acapella without a beat, it didn't matter. So to me, it's always lyrics, bro. I'll say, dude, I've written for people as well, and I think that's my favorite thing in the world, because I got to the point where I burnt out performing 3-4 times a week, bro. I had a manager, bro, that would literally walk into a club. We had a camera crew around us, lights, a little flashlight. He walk us in, get us in VIP somehow, go to the booth, DJ booth, then we rapping tonight. And I'm like, and I wanted to chill tonight. And all of a sudden we performing the track that we just recorded 2 hours ago. I barely know the lyrics to. And he said, no, this is a banger. Watch how they move. And it was just like it became overwhelming. Like you said, you got to love it. I love the game. But man, I was in a position to where like you felt so just the juice wasn't worth the squeeze anymore. That's where I fell victim of. But writing, my favorite thing in the world, bro, because you know why? Like you said, right? You lose yourself, you find yourself. Like talking about the struggle and being relatable gets old when you're no longer struggling. It's not authentic anymore. It's not genuine anymore. So now you to that realm of talking about how you got it popping, and then some of those older fans kind of fall off a bit because they're like, must be nice. Right. I ain't like that yet, And then you got to go back to the grind mode again, because now you really starting to struggle again because the money starts getting low. So then you get back into that struggle all over again, how your fans left and never wanted to come back until you finally came up with it, But writing, it was one of the most fun, man. Okay, what's the message? Let me hear the track. Right. Oh, I got you. Putting together in their realm,
Right.
And then seeing them light up, getting excited to record it was one of my favorite things to witness. Like just watching them so excited, like dapping you up afterwards, like this is a banger. Like, you know, it's like, because when you write, bro, and you put shit to the pen, bro, a lot of people can't do it like that. Right? Like realistically speaking, they can't, bro. To them, it's unfathomable to put together words in that order and in that cadence. And
It's
what
hard.
the fuck? Wow.
It's
But
okay
to us, it's
sometimes.
natural, right? It's like, bro, the funniest thing is I grew up, bro, off music, man. I'm one of 11. So I had brothers and sisters playing music when I was a toddler.
Wow.
Bro, the irony of my life, bro, is I got into an industry I never thought I'd get into, a call center industry. Next thing you know, I'm writing the scripts for everybody and the objections they're going to run into and what rebuttals they're running into, how to clean them up. And I'm like, bro, it's crazy. If I wasn't a writer, naturally from the little kid, I would have never landed that career I ended up landing, all based upon the journey itself, bro. So you embrace it and you love every moment of it. But it's interesting that you gave that example of your kids. Like, you don't have them, but you know what it's like. Bro, as a father of 3 kids, you couldn't have summed it up any better. They'll be like, who's your favorite? I'm like, bro, it's impossible. I love you for how you're an artist. I love you for how you're just so sweet and genuine. I love you, little baby girl, because you're just a little cute as pie, little angel monster, you know? I love you all for different reasons, all different personalities. If you put a gun to man and say, which one do I got to keep, bro? I'm putting the gun on me, man. I ain't gonna live without one of you.
Right.
It's impossible. And that's a good analogy you made, because I never was blessed enough with the production skills. I ain't gonna lie, I tried with GarageBand and shit like that, you know, because I didn't have a producer like that. So at one point, I'm like, fuck all these motherfuckers. I got this shit. I'm about to make it through. I'm over here stretching out my shit on Pro Tools, trying to take out some of the edges and clean it up a bit. And I'm over here like, ooh, if I had I'm gonna take Dre's bass drums on this track, and I'm gonna see if I can implement that. And I'm over here, I was trying, bro. I ain't gonna flex. Like, there's a couple tracks I did produce that I was like, but they were so basic, you know, in comparison to when you really hearing how they get down. It had a 4 count. You know what I mean? Like, I was able to ride it. I got a couple tracks I recorded with my own shit. Felt proud. Yeah, production is hard. It's hard. And to do both is always a lot more challenging because, bro, you have a vision when you're making a track, bro. You got a vision of what it's going to sound like, bro. You got to somehow make that sound.
Yeah.
Then you got a vision on your delivery, bro.
Yeah. That's definitely
excited. Sick.
That's one of my that's one of the strengths that I for sure have as a artist and songwriter, is that I am a producer. So that means I could foresee the song before I made it. And you know, if it was for me, or if it's for you, or if it's for Drake, I already know how it should go. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a producer, in a sense, I know where this should go. Give me this type of flow, or you know, I might not be able to tell you exactly what flow it is, but I'm gonna tell you what it ain't. I'm gonna be like, that's not it. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't it?
Until we get to the okay, that's it. And once you get the that's it from me, it's a smash, because that's what the gift is, you know, like knowing, having good taste, because anybody could write, or anybody could rap, or anybody could sing and make beats and play whatever, but it's having the right taste, having that ear to be like, nah, I like this, or nah, that ain't it, bro. You know?
Hey, I'm just saying, bro, by the end of tonight, man, we might have to just hit a cipher together, bro, just for fun.
Hey,
for shits.
Man, hell yeah.
When we talk music, bro, my juices start fucking flowing, bro. I can't help it but to kick flows when we talk about rap, bro. So
it's fun, dude.
Let's talk about some shit though, man. So you got a 2-time nomination for Grammys, bro. That's big right there. Like, I don't think people understand. Getting a Grammy is one thing, bro, but getting nominated in the first place, you have to put yourself on the map, dude. That ain't easy, bro. Congratulations for starters. That's a feat that a lot of people don't get a chance to say they've even been in those shoes, bro. So congratulations to that, bro. Talk to me about when this was. When was the last time you got nominated? Was it the same time you got nominated for both? What kind of music was it for? I know it was the production, if I'm not mistaken. Talk to us about that experience.
Yeah. So it was definitely an interesting experience, man, because, you know, I'm my name Rey King. I represent the kingdom, of Christ in a sense on earth, and I believe that I can manifest things with my words and shit. So one of the things I used to say is from the room to the Grammys, like, and we like the first nomination came from a record that I produced for another artist, this female named Leslie Gray. She's an actress now, and she's done a couple movies and stuff. But back then she was more focused on music, and we was just working out of my like bedroom inside of my parents' house. Like I was still living in my parents' house, and we produced these records. And to make the long story short, Shorty ended up getting signed, and it was like a whole, life changing experience. Like, she got signed. They picked the songs that we wrote. They picked them. Oh, we like that. We're gonna drop that singles, da 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 video. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So all that stuff started happening, and through there, I won a ASCAP award, which ASCAP is like the
Let's
association
go.
for writers and stuff,
Yep.
for BMI ASCAP. So I'm on
Yep.
ASCAP. I ended up winning an award for writing that song there, and then that the album I produced and I co-wrote 3 songs on the album, and that album was nominated for a Latin Grammy. So this was like in like 2014. This is the first one. And then the last one was last year, 2024. So it's like 10 years apart.
Hey.
We still grinding it out, and the same. It was for another artist I was producing. His name is Magic Juan, and he's like a big Latin artist and stuff like that. And yeah, man, he dropped the album. I produced it, co-produced it and stuff, and worked on it, and it was nominated for another Latin Grammy. So, it's a great feeling, bro, to know that Academy and that the other people in your industry, in your field, also could see and value, what you do. You know what I'm saying? And just with that, for me, is dope enough. Obviously we want to win. We want to bring them home. Maybe next year, you never know. We still been working on more projects. That
10 years of a gap, bro, is perseverance. To still keep pushing through a decade later, that means a lot more than one night you got two tracks on a
yeah.
That's what I thought it was going to be, to be quite honest. Not to judge or not, I just didn't know. You just would imagine
Facts.
nominated. Okay, probably the same year, maybe back in the day. Nah, bro, last year, 10 years apart.
Yeah.
That is huge because you're
bro.
still.
And it was like unexpected. It's like I ain't even expect that, bro. Niggas hit me up every time. I ain't never expect none of them awards. Like, not because I doubt myself or anything, but it's just because I'm not working for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm working for something else. So I'm focused on something else. And then I get the phone calls like, yo, this is going on. This is going on. So by the way, yo, we got the Grammy nom. And I'm like, oh, snap. Like that same day I got a nomination for a double award, which is like, it's like the Christian Grammy, that's what it's like the gospel award, all those people be there, and it's like a big deal. So, I've worked on records on that side too, and won awards over there too. So it's like, I feel like, I've been definitely blessed, bro, and privileged to have worked with a lot of people in a lot of different sides of music, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's Sexy Red, I've worked with Future, I've worked with Lil Baby, The Baby, to working with, Mark Anthony or, these Latin artists.
Such a crazy, that's a crazy gap between.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
To go from The Baby to Mark Anthony is a crazy jump, bro. To be that versatile is outlandish, bro. I'm going to keep it a buck, bro. That's outlandish, bro. To be able to jump back and forth. So I saw somewhere, might have been on your Instagram. I think it was 16th on the Billboard, the Latin Billboard.
Yeah.
And that to me, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you were an artist. It was a performer too, song.
Yeah. That was me. That was our song. You know what I'm saying? Me and 2 of my friends, we co-wrote it together. It's my record featuring 2 of my homies, and yeah, man. So I dropped an album called Black Tino. And basically, Black Tino is like, it's another way of me representing my culture, because one of the things that I've learned with this industry is that you have to have a clear identity of who you are. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has an idea of what they think you are, but you have to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Or people might already have a vision of what they want you to be. You know what I'm saying? In my case, you know, obviously I'm an American because I was born here, lived here my whole life, but I'm also Latino because my parents are Latino, and I'm raised within my culture. So for me, my culture is Black Tino culture, because I was raised by the Black American culture and the Latino culture. It's both. You know what I'm saying? I grew up listening to the, you know, Snoop Dogg's and Eminem's and Jay-Z's and Lil Wayne's, and then also the Mark Anthony's and Prince Royce and Romeo and this and that. So I I'm like a different breed, I guess. I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not like the Bad Bunnies. He grew up in the island. I grew up in the States. So even the way I talk is different. Everything about me is kind of different with that. So I came up with this, like, it's like I'm not black enough to be black, but or Latino enough to be Latino. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Latinos, they look at me like I'm not fully Latino. Like, they're like, huh? They don't even talk to me in Spanish sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a whole other shit. And then I had to grow to learn to embrace that. You know what I'm saying? So my album is called Latino, and we dropped it, and we hit the Billboard charts with it. You know what I'm saying? So
That's amazing. First off, bro, if there's anyone that can relate to you, I'm mixed. My mom is a white girl from Detroit, and my pop's a black dude from Mississippi. So like,
Mississippi, baby.
and my mom's like your girl next door type of mom, you know, just a blue-eyed little whatever, you know, like you just. Yeah. But so I relate to that, bro. It was like, you know, go hang out with the black kids. You're black, and it's like,
right.
I'm me. What you mean?
Right?
You know,
yeah.
You're whitewashed. You should be hanging out with the white people. It's like, what you mean? I'm me. Like,
right? Yeah.
And it's a struggle. It was a struggle growing up. Everyone, I'd be like, oh, this is my older brother. Oh, you're adopted? Like, nah, bro. Like, this is just my mom had a son prior to me, and a sister. You know, a daughter prior to me. They're both white with blue eyes, bro.
Yeah.
When you go to this side of the family, I got my oldest brother that served 15 years, as hood as they come, you know, from the streets, bro, you know, running shop back in the day, right. and during prison term too, you know. But for me, I'm just me. I'm not trying to be hood. I'm not trying to rep a set. I'm not trying to do the gangster shit. I done seen how my dad's side of the family turned out, and you know, and I'm just me. But that same you know, energy, bro, it's confusing growing up because you just don't understand why there's even a judgmental portion of who you are, what's your background ethnicity wise, and it's a trip, bro. So yeah. I relate to that a lot, bro. I think it's dope though that you got to the point where you kind of understood that. Like, let this be known, you know. I'm black.
Yeah, because you know, it's like you said, I've taken trips. I've gone on the road trips. I've gone across the pond. I've traveled to other countries. I see how the American culture is accepted and copied, and how we influence the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, people want to be American. They want to talk like us. They like the swag. They love how we dress. They love all that shit. You know, the movies. And I want to go to New York. It's like, I know people in DR that their dream is to go to New York. You know what I'm saying? Because they always seen it on TV and they never been. You know, so we kind of carry that flag. We carry that power when we outside, and then at the exact same time, it's like it's the yin and the yang. And then it's like, but then what is the American culture? Oh, the American culture is made up of all of our cultures. Is a melting pot of all the whole entire world. So that is the American culture. And then, you know, I don't leave my Latino culture behind because it's impossible. Thankfully, and for my parents, you know, they would talk to me in Spanish when I was born. You know, I went to a Spanish church. My grandma, everybody talked to me in Spanish. So that's how I know Spanish. But it wasn't like I was born in the island. I was born here. You know what I'm saying? And thanks to them, I was able to, still learn Spanish and keep that tradition going. And now I'm able to embrace that. Like they was telling you, oh, go chill with them or go chill with them. And it's like, nah, bro, I'm gonna chill with me. I'm gonna chill with people like me. I'm sure that there's a lot of kids like me that was born in America and they have probably their mom is Spanish or their dad or both or whatever. And, they know about these two worlds, but nobody is like, you always got to pick one or identify as one or the other. Versus me, I'm like, nah, bro, I am both. You know what I'm saying? And I think that also blends in with my music too, because I started rapping in English, full English, all English songs. But then when I wrote them songs that girl sang and they got blew up and signed and all that, we ended up translating some of those songs into Spanglish. So and then I won awards and Grammy nominated. You know what I mean? So it's like I didn't even try to do the Spanish shit, and we did it and it worked. So it was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I should embrace more of my Latin roots because I do have them. You know what I'm saying? I am bilingual. I can speak two languages. So that don't make me dumb. It actually makes me smarter. It makes me doper that I can do that. And 100%. The industry kind of tried to make me feel like it was not a good idea because it's a market disruptor. It disrupts their fucking labels of you belong here, this guy belongs here. I belong wherever the hell I want to be. You know what I'm saying? And now
it's God's plan, bro.
Because of the technology that we have access to, we're able to do that. It's like, I'm listening to Afrobeat music from Nigeria and from Uganda and South Africa. I'm not African. I don't understand Nigerian. So, but they're speaking in Nigerian and they're mixing it with English. That's Burna Boy, Wizkid, all the guys that's on the radio right now in America, by the way, because I ain't have to go to Africa to hear this. I heard it here. So now it's like we live in the world where I don't got to go to Africa to hear Afrobeat. The music, it can transcend all the bullshit, and it ain't like before where it was, it had to be labeled like, this is rock, this is this is that. Obviously, we're always gonna have our genres and whatevers, but I feel like culture-wise is a little more open. You know what I'm saying? Now I jump on the radio. If I put the radio on or whatever, Hot 97 in New York, they're playing rap music, but then they might throw in a Bad Bunny song and he's rapping in Spanish or whatever. You know what I mean? And it's like, and nobody's saying nothing. Everybody's like, yeah, I know Bad Bunny, and you don't even talk Spanish, but they know Bad Bunny. Why? Because the music has transcended language. You know what I'm saying? And now it's just like, if it's a good vibe, that. So yeah, I know that song. I'm gonna dance to it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's it. So that's kind of why I'm like pushing forward. You know what I'm saying? On the whole.
That's the beauty of it, man. I mean, it's U.S. is the melting pot. When people meet my group of friends for the first time, they trip out. I got a first generations all over me. I got my best friend is from we're 8 days apart, bro. It's his birthday in 2 days, low key. From Afghanistan. He's from America, but his parents are both from Afghanistan. Yeah. I got a homie that is the godfather of my children, bro. He's first generation. Both his parents are from Haiti, bro. Like they're all. He speaks fluent. You know what I mean? One of my really good friends is in the banking industry, bro. He just got married. We just went to his wedding, bro. Both of his parents from Vietnam. He's first generation. So it's a melting pot. And to really get deep into it, it's like Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, El Salvador, Mexican. It doesn't matter at all anymore. It's a melting pot. And that's the beauty of it all, is because sometimes, unfortunately, bro, they don't get a chance to get the language under wraps at a young age, learning from their parents, because their parents are scared they're not going to be as Americanized and fit in as much. And so they don't give them that luxury of being able to hear different languages and speak in the native tongue that they grew up on. And the families I know that do that, bro, they give their child an edge, man, because you got to be extremely, a lot more intellectual to learn languages, and it's the easiest time when you're young to learn these languages. And it trips me out, bro. So my boy, he's in Mexico right now. He's actually in Tijuana, ironically. He's running one of my call centers out there, and he's the one that's the godfather of my kids. He's Haitian. You know, he looks black. They're just, oh yeah, he's black. Like he's technically Haitian, right? And at the end of the day, bro, he speaks fluent Spanish now because he's been out there for 5-6 years. Yeah. And I'm like, I have a question, bro. When you think like, oh, I forgot that I locked the door. When you think that, are you thinking in English? Are you thinking in French? You know, in Creole? Are you thinking in, yeah, which Spanish now? He's like, honestly, it depends on where I'm at. Sometimes I'll be at the gym and I was like, you know, and like he thinks in Spanish. And then other times he's with his family and they're all, whole families hate from Haiti, bro. The flags, everything, bro's rowdy, dude. Love that family, bro. And he's like, I'm thinking, am I playing that way? You know, and he's like, I think it kind of depends on where I'm at sometimes, but I never really thought about it before. And I was like, I want you to think about it now and tell me what you think, because I think that's the most fascinating thing, is being able to know so many different languages fluently, because it is definitely a beautiful thing to be able to articulate words in general from a communication standpoint, from a musical standpoint, to be able to spit bars on a track or melodies in song form, to be able to deliver a message in multiple languages is probably one of the hardest things in the world to do. It really is. Like, especially if you get stuck on like, hey, I need this specific topic of conversation.
You got disconnected. I can't see you.
You said you got disconnected? Hey, Cornell Copy, tell him to log out and log back in and see if that works for him.
All right. Let me see.
While we're getting him situated, we're gonna go to the comments, man. I'm leaving y'all hanging. I apologize. I'm gonna try and jump back up where it is. I'll remove him from the queue for a second, and then tell him to try and log back in the meantime. Let's see where we're at here. Nothing that can stop our movement. I love it.
Yeah, that's been great, dude. I just been listening. Like, I haven't even like interacted to ask question, because it's just like, it's just flowing. I love how it's just flowing naturally, and it's very interesting things, you know.
Absolutely. You back, right?
There we go.
Yep.
That happened to me last time too. I was afraid, like, my laptop.
Yeah, I was just saying, man, like when you really talk about like being able to articulate and communicate and convey a message through music form is hard on its own. But when you got to actually hit them with a different language, I mean, bro,
it's a mission, bro. I mean, like, even for me, that I speak English and Spanish, for me to, like, let's say freestyle or whatever, I have to freestyle in English because I think in English. You know what I'm saying? And like, for me to like rap in Spanish, I gotta like, I'm gonna have to think about it for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, versus in English, I don't have to think. I could just rap and, you know, freestyle and whatever comes to mind.
Right.
And maybe throw in a couple little Spanish words and shit like that, because obviously I'm Spanish, but for me to like rap a whole Spanish verse or something like that, like, now I gotta like sit and think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it is true, man, to like switch the mind, you know. When I visit other countries, you know, you do get used to it, kind of like the more time you spend there and all that, you kind of, if I'm in, you know, wherever I'm at, Colombia, whatever, like, you kind of get used to more speaking, you know, Spanish and stuff. And then I also learned to embrace my Spanglish, in the sense of like, sometimes I'm talking in Spanish and I don't know a word, so I just say it in English, and it's like, bro, you get it, you get it. If you don't, fuck you, man. Who's the one talking two languages? Me and you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so
I feel you on that so much, bro. I'm always like, hey, ¿cómo se dice en inglés? Like, fuck all that, man. Go get this English version.
Yo, bro, some words I got it, some words I don't. So it's like, bro, forget it. And I've been on TV, I've done interviews, all sorts of stuff. and it's like I'm glitching because I'm trying to say a word that I don't know. I'm like, bro, I'm like, bro, just say it in English and just keep it pushing, bro. My name is Rey King. That's what we represent. You know what I'm saying? Even my name tells it to you. Rey means king, and king means king. So Rey King. You know,
it's King.
Yeah, you know, the El Rey del lado Latino, and then the King on the English side. So
exactly,
I represent both sides. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just gonna take this time to shameless plug, bro, because last night we had our poker tournament, and I was doing some king tings. I kept saying I'm doing some king tings out here, bro. I ended up calling the bluff to win it all with a king high, bro. Did some king tings, won first place in the tournament. I tried to tell them stop playing with your boy, but on a serious note, though, man, I want to show some love to the comments. I've been ignoring them. I've been so engulfed into this convo, man, because it's been nothing but a dope-ass convo, to say the least. A couple people, man, during the track, man, were actually feeling your vibe, man. One in particular, I think it was, where he at? Here it is. We said, this slaps. This is from the homie Jada1312. He was feeling that. Bro sound like him. We got, it sounded like somebody heard before. You probably did, Mr. Chris. He all the way from Estonia, man. So he probably did hear some of your stuff before, man.
Shit.
Straight up, man. I appreciate that, man.
Shout out to Estonia, man. We call him the reply guy. My guy is always in the replies. We thought he was AI for a while, bro, but he actually grabbed the mic, man. He was a real head. I was like, okay, man.
Straight up, man. Shout out
to said we spitting tracks. We're spitting facts all night tonight, man. That's what's up, Jada. Nice to see you in the building, bro. Shout out to Last Girl. I see a lot of y'all are reposting the stream. We appreciate that. We got 278 heads, man. That's light work. So let's take this time real quick. Please repost it, like it, comment, hit us with some live replies, man. Get this booming, man. Don't be stingy, man. Let Rey King get a chance to talk to the audience out there that he deserves, man. My dude is absolutely heaven sent, no pun intended, man. But the man is religious, spiritual, walks by faith, not by sight. He's been recognized for music awards in that kingdom as well, which is beautiful. And I want to get into that in a little bit as well. But, man, spread the love, you guys, man. That's what we talk about it all day. We out here to spread the good news, not the bad. So this is one of them times, man, I want y'all to go ham. If y'all have any questions whatsoever, by all means, man, look at my man's out here reposting the stream for us and everything, y'all. You see this?
Yes,
Dev of the Decade reposting it, man. We got Rey King up here multitasking. Y'all have no excuses now. Y'all better repost it.
Yeah, man, we live, but we repost it.
We live, you know what I mean? I want to play another track, bro, but this time I want to play a track while they're reposting it and sharing everything. I want to play a track that's like your favorite, like something that you're like, yo, bro, if I had a choice, play this on repeat for someone who's never heard my music, what would that be? I know it's hard, bro, because every song we do gets better, right? It's like my newest song is always my favorite song. So it's hard to do, but I'm talking about one that either got a lot of love that you didn't expect or one that you think is good for someone to get a good first impression of you, bro.
Man, that is very tough. But
and goes put the video. We couldn't see the video last time, so it'd be cool for everybody to see.
Y'all couldn't see it all the time?
Not yeah. So the first time when you played it, yes, but the second time it wasn't showing. I'm just like,
that was on me.
Because Rey King, don't you also work with the video production as well? Yeah, I love to see that.
Yeah, what you got for us, Rey King? Something in your top 5 that you go, hey, this is a good track for y'all to get to know your boy. Or one, again, it could be one that just got mad love and you didn't even know why, bro. But it's like, hey, for whatever reason, they was loving this one, whether it was the time of year I dropped it, whether it was, where we were at in life.
For real. All right, let me see.
Because I actually have one.
Which one you got?
All right, I'm gonna see if I can find what I found today. I actually liked it. Let me see if I can find it again. Give me a sec. I found it. Yeah, see, I found it right away. So this was one I actually liked. And I got to keep it a buck. This was the only one I watched. And to be quite honest with you, bro, I wanted it raw first. I wanted to get to know you first, so I didn't like prejudge or think nothing different. I wanted to just let me hear this dude, and then let me hear the music, right? But this was the song, the first song I looked up. I looked you up by Tijuana, Rey King, right? And I was like, Tijuana, Rey King. I pop it in. I saw 4.8 million views. Like, oh, dude's popping. Okay. And I play, and I'm a sucker for lights. Like, y'all didn't get to see. Most of y'all saw it before, but my kitchen, bro. I had the craziest. I'm in an Airbnb right now because we're summer vacay, but really I had an issue at the crib. So I love lights, bro. And so the way the video looked was like all lit up in the whip, and I was like, oh, I gotta run this. So I'm gonna play this for y'all, and I'm gonna make sure y'all can see it this time.
Yeah, that's one of my
there
joints.
we go.
I love this song. It's called Tijuana. It is one of my favorite joints too. It's kind of one of the first big ones, so for sure.
Good choice then. I bet. Let's run it.
Yeah, yeah.
Tonight, keeping them honest, the border between the United States and Mexico, and the border.
Los temores de los inmigrantes indocumentados, especialmente.
Bueno, Luis Ropero, ustedes vienen siguiendo los autobuses que trasladan a madres y niños que forman parte de ese grupo y llegarían hoy martes a Tijuana.
I put the bitch into one.
Before I even get going, did you produce this also?
No, I actually didn't. This one I did not produce. I gotta shout out my boy Yang and Young, because Young and Yang is two brothers, but
okay.
That. Yeah.
I just had to ask because the beat got me originally. I was like,
yeah. The beat slapping. I mean, I co-produced it because I did still had to do my. I consider it co-production. You know, I still had to organize everything, but the initial little beat box the vibe came from them. So I gotta give my boy.
I just had to know. All right, we running it back.
Facts.
I had to know.
Yeah. Ooh, I put the bitch into one. Yeah. Ooh. She told me she got a cousin, but she live in Guadalajara. Yeah. And then, mana. I'm only here for a week. Me voy en el fin de semana. Yeah, she got an ass though. She threw it back like she black though. I'm a beast, I'm an asshole. She gon' sneak through the back though. She a freak, that's a fact though. I think the bitch in the one. She told me she got a cousin, but she live in Guadalajara. Then mana. Yeah. Hey, I'm only here for a week. I think I'ma stay. Namaste, my mistake. I ain't know what to say. Underlay. That's when I rented this loca. She was in love with the coca. I was on another nota. Excuse me, tiene mota? She tried to give me her chata. We started dancing bachata. I told her, bitch, I'm a rock star. Que viva la rata. That's what she looked in my face. Tell me to stay. Hey, what can I say? Oh, that lay away. I put the bitch into one. Yeah. She told me she got a cousin, but she live in Guadalajara. Then mana. I'm only here for a week. Me voy en el fin de semana. Yeah, she got an ass though. She threw it back like she black though. I'm a beast, I'm an asshole. She gon' sneak through the back though. She a freak, that's a fact though.
That's a banger, dog.
Oh yeah, that was
a banger.
Tijuana, yeah, man. That was.
I can tell you went back and forth a lot, and you know I kept up with it because I'm like, Tiana Mota, you get in a different country, sometimes you gotta hear that. Y'all need some tree. That's what you got to ask for, Motown, man.
Yeah.
There was
I kind of wanted to, my initial idea before I made this record, or a lot of the records that I'm doing now, is because, like I said, when I started traveling and stuff and going to these other countries, I saw how people would react to my music, and they love my music, but when it was let's say for example I'm in Colombia and I'm playing one of my records and it's rap and it's all English, they love it but they don't know what I'm saying. They can't rap along with me, they can't sing along with me. So I'm like, damn, what if I just start putting in a little bit so they could have something to sing along to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even if it's just orale way, even if it's they just waiting on that part to come on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes.
So it's like I'm like, yeah, let me do that. And then at the exact same time, on the flip side, I'm also teaching my American friends Spanish. Like, you know, when they listen to my records, it's like they're learning Spanish, they're hearing Spanish words, and it's like it's not overwhelming because it's not a million Spanish words. It's just a few sprinkled in here and there. And it's like if you listen to the record, you know, enough, you know what I mean? And it's like you'll start picking up on it.
You know what's a good example of that right now? I would say
what the whole mind state was behind that record, and then mixed in with like real life events. Like I was in Mexico, all that shit really happened. Me talking to some, like I'm in a club, some girls like, you know what I mean, doing some crazy ass drugs. I'm like, bro, you know what I mean? She was on another note that I'm like, excuse me, tiene mota? Like, you got trees? Because that's what I do. Like, man, all that other shit you want, I ain't know that type stuff. You know, just taking little experiences that happen like that and writing about it.
You know? You see shit you do for sure.
Yeah, to even add to that, even like the other one that I just saw, Bala Perdida,
you can see a little bit of the duality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope too.
Sometimes I'm conscious, and sometimes I'm ratchet as hell. Like, you know.
So it's called Bala. So BALA.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bala
Perdida. So it's a lost. It's called lost bullet. Yes, sir. Dude, I remember. So I went to that little. So there's like a huge festival, Cuban festival down in Miami, and I remember going out there and I saw Rey King with his crew performing that song, like literally on stage, and that was fun as fuck, man. That was a couple of years ago, a few years ago.
Yeah, man. Calle Ocho, man.
Calle Ocho.
Yeah, man. Big vibes, man. Definitely.
Is that it? Cool. Oh wait, that's not it. That's not it.
That's not it?
Nah. It's Rey King Bala?
Yeah, Rey King Bala Perdida. Yeah, man. Yeah,
there we go. There it is. That's the one. Yeah.
All right, I gotta see it.
We got the new one. The follow up to this is coming.
Part two.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a banger. Then that means if you got a part two coming, it's a banger. Let's hear it.
Yeah. It's a movie.
I like the production. That's cool.
Ella es mala y prefiere estar en la calle suelta, jangueando con su amiga. Eres una bala perdida y tu beso es mi debilidad. Pero cuando no la tengo cerca siento que perdí mi vida. Eres una bala perdida que por un chini casi me da. And I don't know what I'ma do. I feel so lost when I'm with you. A cigarette, olor de gun. Si amo ser mi corazón. Tú y yo éramos una millón. Ahora todo se está cayendo a mi lado. Solo a mi lado, a mi lado. No sé qué tú piensas, pero yo te quiero aquí encima de mí. Yo no soy como los otros, yo no te voy a mentir. Ella es mala y prefiere estar en la calle suelta, jangueando con su amiga. Eres una bala perdida y tu beso es mi debilidad. Pero cuando no la tengo cerca siento que perdí mi vida. Eres una bala perdida que por un chini casi me da. Ella no se puede comparar, se convierte en enfermedad. Tengo tiempo tratando y nada. Me tiene guindando en el aire, me asusta cuando va a aterrizar. Esto sí que envenena, su cuerpo la cena y lo encadena. Ella es mala y prefiere ti mi vida. Eres una bala perdida. Que por un chin y casi me da. Get not on love, what I'm gonna do. After so lost when I'm with you. Your cigarette, loaded gun. She almost hit mi corazón.
Yes, sir.
Vibes.
And that's one of the throwbacks for sure.
Hey, this one kind of has that "Find Your Love" vibe with the old school Drake with that beat drum like that. You hear it in the back, like. Find your love. Hey, right? Same kind of vibe to it, right? Hey, I like that. I like that.
Oh yeah, that's dope. That's dope. That could be a dope
like
remix.
Hey man, I'm loving it, bro. I'm absolutely loving it. So I want to get into the next topic of combo, and then I promise, if you got to go at any point, don't feel like you hear hostage. You can leave whenever you want, bro. You got a life, you know what I mean? And you're welcome anytime. Anytime you get some spare time, you want to come up here, man. Grab a mic. That link works, and we stream every night, bro. So if you got a new track you want to drop one day, or you want to let us be the first to hear it, or you got some merch you want to drop. I want to holler at you about a couple things, though, some collaboration sides. We could do it obviously offline to ensure we put our heads together. But I got a couple ideas that might be mutually beneficial for all parties. But I want to talk about the religious side, man, because I'm a man who walks by faith. I am very spiritual. I believe in God beyond belief. I'm beyond grateful that He sent down His only Son here to basically go through what He went through in order for us to live the life we were blessed enough to live. I recognize the Holy Spirit within me at all times. I definitely let it guide me. I maneuver with pure intent to the fullest degree, even if sometimes I'm the recipient of a disaster, bro. As long as I'm moving with pure intent, I sleep at night very well,
Yep.
In the music game, that's hard to do both. It's hard because of the temptation. It's hard because of people that are, out for themselves or ill intent. It's very difficult. And then it's also hard to talk about the religious and spiritual side of Christianity, or in general, whatever you're into as an artist, because it's not always embraced and pushed. What gave you the confidence to be vocal about walking by faith, to actually make music pertaining to, Christianity, if I heard you correctly? What made you feel confident and comfortable enough to take that leap of faith, knowing that obviously that, sometimes you might rub the wrong people the wrong way, and maybe it might perhaps hinder you from growth in some aspects? I know, God never gave us the spirit of fear, but when you critically think and decide to do these things, what was like the point in your life, or was it always been this way, where you said, you know what, I need to yell about this. I need to talk about this. This needs to be known.
It's definitely not something that I always felt confident about. But it is definitely something that I've always been connected to. And it's kind of like I've been saying the whole night, bro. It's like I feel like the message, if I can give one, is like you gotta accept yourself. You gotta really get to love yourself, who we are. So a little backstory about me is that I come from a religious background. So like my grandfather was a pastor, my uncles are pastors, and then the last one, my mom and my dad are both like the babies of both of their families. And my father, he's the musician of the family, and then he became a pastor too. So it's like I come from a family of pastors and leaders and things of that nature. And I always kind of was hiding behind the music when it came to God. Like I'll just play the drums in church, or I'll do things like that, but I ain't never want to be like a Christian rapper or none of that type of shit. And then once I started rapping, even worse, because it's like I was infatuated with the rap game, meaning the streets, the gangster shit, the dark side. You know what I mean? Like if you like rap music in the 90s and the early 2000s, you was pretty much a serial killer, gangster, drug dealer, like, you know what I'm saying, robber, thief, Like that was
Yo, for
what I
real.
was into, and you know what I'm saying, in my mind. But then, you know, when you grow and you mature and you know, I became a man, you know what I'm saying? Like I started feeling like my life wasn't going, you know, the way I seen it in these music videos and shit. And it wasn't popping like that. So I found God, you know what I'm saying? In my own way. And one of the things that he told me, you know, through a messenger was that nobody does it bigger than God. And he was saying that God has a different ruler than we do. Like, you know, we used a ruler, you know,
Fuck.
Oh, that was a deep
Oh my
one
god.
too. No, that was the deep one.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Man, I was
I
zeroed
was
in.
ready. I was locked in, man. I was locked in. I'll fill the void for all y'all listeners out there because there is 355 people in here, man. I do
Man.
believe as we get older, it does become a little bit more easy to recognize the signs. I think as we're young, number one, we suppress the Holy Spirit. We get a bad vibe and we're like, I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. And then you fall flat on your face a couple times and you start realizing maybe I should pay attention to what I'm blessed with, you know? And that being the Holy Spirit helps you, you know, helps you move, man. It guides you if you're receptive enough. And I think as we get older, we start to see things that are just so crystal clear that, yo, dog, this happened for a reason. When before when it first takes place, it's very difficult to like accept because you don't know why it happened. And that's what walking by faith comes down to, is understanding that even though in the moment you might not be able to understand it, over time you start to recognize exactly why it happened, and that's something you can't avoid. But we got Rey King.
Yes.
okay, I'm back. We back.
No.
Remember about the ruler, man? Dude, we were zeroed in and
Nah,
Alright.
it was the phone I was using. It died, but we got two phones. We Gucci.
I'm not Kevin Gates. I got a second one on deck, man. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
we got two phones. It's all great. But anyway, so basically, what they were saying, what the pastor was saying was that God has a different ruler than I do. So basically, what's big to me is small to him. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Like what's big to him is small to me. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So he was like, basically, all that stuff you thought was doing it big ain't big. Like to God, that's small. So if you thinking that Jay-Z's doing it big, that 50 Cent's doing it big, P. Diddy's doing it big, and these guys, all these people doing it big, like that's actually small compared to what we could do. And the good news is that God wants to do it his version of big with us. So when I heard these words, bro, it's like it carved me right where I needed to, because what I didn't want to do was like fall victim to this, like, oh, I'm a Christian rapper, I gotta be humble, I gotta do, like, nah, bro. Like the gospel I know, the good news that I know is that God is the creator of all things and we own everything, and we have access to everything. Gold, money, platinum, diamonds, crypto, nigga, whatever. We have access to everything. And what we supposed to be is good stewards, because we ain't gonna take this with us. So it ain't like we gonna own it. We don't need to own it. We just gotta know how to be good stewards, know how to manage these things while we on here, while we on earth. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a parable in the Bible about talents and stuff. God gave one guy 3, another guy 2, another guy 1. You know what I'm saying? And he's seeing what the guys did with it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I feel like for me, when I heard those words, like, yo, I want to do it my version of big with you, it was like, yo, nobody does it bigger than God. So I felt like I had that gave me the ultimate confidence, because I felt like now it was like there's no way in hell you can tell me that I represent God. I'm on God's team. I threw on the YG. That's what YG stand for, young God. You know what I'm saying? I threw on the young God jersey. I'm representing God now on earth, and you're gonna tell me that you a straight crackhead drunkie are better than me? Like you a junkie, you do drugs and you better than me? Or you sell drugs or you kill people and you supposed to have more money? I'm supposed to respect you? Nah, you supposed to respect me because I'm God on earth. We finna manifest things. We kings. That's another reason why my name is Rey King, because I represent kings. You know what I'm saying? Kings with an S, because there's more of us. It ain't just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm the kingdom of my world. I'm not the kingdom over you. I'm not meant to rule over y'all. I'm meant to rule over me, my thoughts and my world. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with God is like when I use the word young God, I'm a young God. For some people, they loved it, but some people they rejected that immediately. They're like, oh, this is blasphemy. You think, you know, you can't call yourself God. I said, well, I mean, I ain't call myself God. God called me God. He said that I am like him. I ain't say that. I ain't write the Bible. You know what I'm saying? That's something he said. And literally, there's 2 scriptures in the Bible that says, we are God's sons of the Most High. So it's in there. And one of them was in the Old Testament. And then one of them is in the new one, quoted by Jesus himself. Like they was trying him with the same shenanigans. And he had to turn around and look at niggas like, yo, but don't it say it in your scripture that we are God's?
I
Like,
think that's a big deal though, because you're right, bro. Like it's blasphemy to people that aren't receptive enough to understand what you're speaking on. I think it's very difficult. It really is very difficult to not feel that way.
yeah,
And
of course.
that's the humble part of being human, of being like, dang, I don't want to offend anybody by saying I'm young God. But
So
at the same time, you're representing God and you're representing what you believe he would want you to represent him in such a manner.
Of
That's
course.
that's a big duty to take those shoes and be ready for it.
Right.
You know, I prayed to God every single day. I still do, but there was a time frame, right? Like I don't tuck, bro. My kids ain't never been not tucked in by me with the prayer at night. And since at one time, I think when I was hospitalized for like 12 days and 2 surgeries later, that was like the only time. Even when I traveled and did stuff, they would come with me and sleep in a hotel. I was going to Tijuana and coming back to San Diego, sleeping in a hotel with my wife and 3 kids. I was making sure I was always in the same roof as these kids for a reason. I wanted them to understand how important it was for me. And there was a time frame, bro, where I'm praying to God, begging him to show me the way. I'm God. I'm your vessel. You can utilize me as such. I promise you could trust me. I promise that I can show you how, give me a chance to represent your kingdom, your word, and let me be the one to spread the good news. And my wife, she's like, gospel? You're not spreading gospel. Where's your scriptures? And it's true. It's like, oh man, that cuts deep, because you're right. I'm not. So I got to be clear here. Let me spread good news over bad news. Stop saying the gospel. Unless I'm going to drop some scriptures, I gotta ease my way into doing some of this stuff, because I don't know it good enough. I don't know it well enough. But I can represent the good news.
Of
I can
course. I feel like, look, when people say things like that, to me, it just sounds hella religious. And to me, when I read the story about Jesus, that's exactly the problem he had. Me and him had the same problem. Because the church people of his time, which was called the Pharisees, they used to pull up on him with the same crap too, saying the same thing. But you're not saying scripture, but you this and that, but you're in the church, but you're not in the church, but why you chilling with prostitutes? But why you chilling with tax collectors? Jesus is like, bro, he's drinking wine like, yo, I tell you the truth. And he'll just tell niggas the truth. You read Matthews and John and Luke and Mark, Jesus talks the truth over and over. I tell you the truth. And he'll say a scripture. He'll quote a scripture for their peace of mind, not for him. He don't care. He is the word. He don't need no word. He is the word. The Bible says he is. So he would quote the scripture just to ease their mind, to make them relax. Like, I know this, I know the law. This is what it is. Just chill. And it's like, for example, me, you know how many times I had to literally break it down to people, show them in the scripture, yo, look, it says here in Psalms 82, verse 6, we are God's son of the Most High. Let me bring you to John 10, where Jesus quotes this. And let me explain what the word God means, because this is where the confusion lies. People've been tricked and we've been lied to for many years about religion to get us to have a false image of what God is or who God is. So we think God is this old guy that sits on a throne and he judges us and he created us. And some people preach the grace, God, the God of, God of forgiveness and that guy. And then some people preach the God of fire and he's going to send you to hell and da. So people have a lot of different images and visions of what God is. For me to say I'm young God, in their mind, they think I'm saying I'm like the guy that's upstairs sitting on the throne, sitting, judging y'all. But the word God is, first of all, a word. And the word means to rule. Again, we are rulers. God made us to be rulers. It says we was created in his image and his likeness. We supposed to be like him and we supposed to look like him. So the things he is, we supposed to be. The things he does, we supposed to do. Jesus, that's all he was preaching on. The same way I use young God because that's my swag. But Jesus said he's the son of God. And he got thrown rocks at and they crucified him for saying the same thing. He was trying to tell people, yo, listen, I'm like y'all. Y'all like me. I pray that one day you guys become one with God like I am one with God. Like I pray that y'all could elevate your mind. And in another scripture, he says, I wish that where I am, you guys could be. If you're saying that right now, that wouldn't literally make sense, because if I'm saying that, and like, okay, us right now, we're all on FaceTime, so that would make sense. But if we're all in the same room and I'm saying, I wish you guys could be where I'm at, they're like, we are where you are. But no, they're not where he's at, because mentally he was on a whole other dimension, and that's kind of what he was trying to teach people. So my message when I say I'm a young God is actually a message to connect people with the divine, with that's already inside of them. I didn't buy that lie that okay, I'm gonna set Jesus as my Lord and Savior, but I'm still a piece of shit and I gotta try to, like, no, okay, in my humanity, of course. My humanity is always gonna be my humanity, it's always gonna be a sinful nature. But in the spirit is perfect. The spirit inside me, if I believe it's Jesus, if it's Christ that lives in me, then Christ is perfect. I'm Israel Mercedes. I'm Rey King. I'm not perfect. I'm gonna mess up. I'm from Miami. I smoke weed. I do this. I do that. So I've learned to know the difference between me as the person who I am and the spirit who I represent. The spirit is always gonna be perfect, 100% A1. I'm always gonna keep it honest though with me and my transition and my stuff. That's why a lot of my old music, it used to connect with a lot of the youth, because I didn't, even though I'm extremely confident in the words that I am saying, and I believe it with all my heart. I believe that God created us to be gods and kings on earth and rule, the earth and do all these amazing things. But I always kept it real about where I am within the human aspect of this all. I'm still struggling. I still got a lustful eye. I'm still, whatever my struggles is, so I felt like at that point there wasn't a lot of like rappers in that space that was making that type of music. They was like preaching the gospel in their raps, but they wasn't being transparent with who they are. So it was a disconnect, and I couldn't relate. I couldn't rock with that. Like, you could preach, bro, storm down, but if I can't feel like you're genuine, then it's like it's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? And
I have a theory on it all too, man. I think first of all, we all have different fingerprints, right? And it's a very small area to have a different fingerprint on. It's almost impossible when you really break down how there's never been a repeat from what we can get data-wise on Earth. Right. And so I think if we all have a different fingerprint, then we can all have our own soul. And I think if we all have our own soul, I go to thinking, what came first, the chicken or the egg? It's impossible for us to procreate. It's literally impossible unless there's a male and a female, period, right. Which means we had to have been created at one point or another. Right. And that to me is the easiest breakdown of how, of course, there's a God. Now, right. I grew up with a completely different background than yours. I got an uncle OC. Yeah, he's a pastor as well, but I never went to the church and got to know him like that. On my mom's side, I had a Jewish grandfather. I had a Jewish grandmother. I have Christian and Catholic from a father and a stepfather. I grew up with all religions. Like I told you, my boy's Muslim. My other,
Right.
to me, it was always interesting though, because every religion has virtually the same underlying message, and it's do unto others what
100%.
do unto you. It's about being in the purest form of, do y'all want me to tell you the bad news in my life, or would you prefer for me to tell you the good news? Because when I see I'm giving a compliment, someone gets excited and feels good, I see they're feeling good, then I feel good. And it's just a common respect for one another. It's a very simple situation. My theory is we all have our own relationship with God, just like our own fingerprints. It is unique to its kind, and no one will have the same relationship that you have. Now, I had a hard time congregating for your exact reasons, where you say, yo, this person is telling me the word, but at the same token, guess what? He's not abiding by the word. I just found out he had an affair on his wife for 20 years, and he's out here trying to tell us how to live our life. That to me was difficult. But I think, unfortunately, people that take advantage of what being spiritual is all about and using that to bring people together, to garnish resources from them, I think those people put a stain on the reality of what's here. And I think that's why it's hard for people to really be receptive enough, let their guard down, and accept the fact that we obviously have a creator, and that we obviously have to understand that the Bible's still here. Whether it's understood correctly or not, it's still here. Mm-hmm. You think God, for a flip of a finger, can vanish the whole, erase it in a split second, and you wouldn't even know it existed? I think that's the benefit and the beauty of the Bible. It is there for your interpretation as you're going to have so many different experiences in life that I'm going to have. Therefore, when we both read it, there's certain things that are going to captivate us more than others. You might like this verse. I might not understand that verse. I might love this verse. You might not understand what the heck I'm talking about. And at the end of the day, that's the beauty of it. It's for you to get what you're supposed to get at the time embedded in it.
Yeah,
and
even the letters, you know, the Bible itself, the way it was written, you know, some of it was books, some of it was letters. Like even in the New Testament, we talk about Romans, Corinthians, and Ephesians. Each of those books are a letter to a different group of people. So that means that the letter that went to the Corinthians wasn't for the Ephesians. Like it wasn't for the Romans. The ones for the Romans is for Romans. That's why it's called Romans, you know. So it's like obviously we could read it all, and like you said, look through all of it and then take what's meant for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I feel like
I got chills because I've always believed that wholeheartedly, but it's hard to kind of really break that down to some. Like, I think it's hard to even believe it sometimes, but saying it out loud and then hearing your response to it, the Corinthians, the Romans, like this is where the letter was written for that.
Right, for that, yeah, because they all had different problems and stuff. So he would, like all of those books was written by Paul, right? Is one guy that got locked up and he's in jail, and this is where he wrote all these books. So it's like, imagine a guy that's in jail is writing the Bible, and it's like when we think of things like this, it's like, why would God use this guy? And it's like, oh, why would this happen to me? You know, imagine being Paul, end up in jail. And he's like, why did this happen to me? And it's like God wanted to sit him down so he can have time to write these books and these letters and have these visions and do all these things. So, you know, that's just another example of everything works out for the good when you love God, you know. So
I say this all the time. I go, listen, man, my biggest mistake I've ever made in my life, you know, I got in trouble with the law, and it was my biggest mistake, not in my life as in I've never made a worse mistake or who's the judge, what's worse that I've done, but that was a mistake I made that was impactful to the most severe mistake I could make at that age I was at, low 20s. And I find myself, you know, incarcerated. I find myself fighting a case. I find myself, you know, at a job now that I would have never have gone to and tried to work at if I didn't go through this. And then ironically, my wife, she wanted to go to Cali from Wisconsin. And she's over here with a job, 2 jobs. Now she's still realizing how expensive it is out here. Goes on Craigslist and finds another job. Happens to be the job I meet her at. If I don't make the mistake, I'm not there. You go back in her life and you're like, yo, her grandma done bought her some sheets, a bed sheet, and it had palm trees on it. She said, these are my Hollywood sheets. So she always wanted to go to Hollywood. It could have been Florida with palm trees. It could have been Cali with palm trees, both Hollywood. For whatever reason, she packed up with her dog and drove all the way to Cali. And now you think about these decisions she made on her own will, with free will.
Yeah.
You think decisions I made with free will that both landed us in the same location at the same time. And that's how I now have 3 daughters and I'm married to her. For those things to go backwards, it's easy to go backwards. Hindsight's 2020. But in the moment, we go through our trials and tribulations and we suffer and we feel like it's the walls are closing in instead of just realizing, hold up, I don't know the reason yet. And I might not even know the reason ever in this realm. But I'm going to walk by faith and understand that I was supposed to go through this, whether it was to slow me down so I can focus on writing this right now, or like Paul did, or whatever the reasoning is, it's going to add up at one point. And I believe that to the fullest. And I think that's why, to your point early on, the older we get, the more we see the proof. We don't see the proof as we're young bucks, man. We just kind of roll with the flow. But then you start getting older and you look back and you're like, damn, I can go even farther. If that didn't happen and I didn't get the apartment that I got at the time, I wouldn't have ran into the homie that told me to get the job. Yeah. If he could come from Ohio to Cali at 16 with his girl and run away from home and live in the building, I wouldn't have known. If I wasn't 17 and he wasn't 16, we probably wouldn't have clicked. We both thought we was underage with our own apartment feeling swagged out. There's so many silly things that have to happen in order to get to where you are at today, that if you still believe in coincidences, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, man. It's all, man, predestined, man. I believe in the predestinations. I believe that there's stories that was pre-written with our names in them, you know what I'm saying? And you know, free will to me it still falls within the lines of that, because what's free to, again, what's big to God is small to me. You know what I mean? What's big to me is small to him. So what's free to me is not to, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I use this theory when if I create a game show, like, The Price is Right or Jeopardy or whatever, and I tell you that, you have these 3 doors, and you could pick any door you want. Behind each door there's a prize, you know what I'm saying? And you got the freedom to pick whatever door you want. Now, you do have the freedom to pick, and you are going to pick whichever door you please, and you are going to get the prize, whichever one's behind the door you choose, right? The thing is, I still chose all 3 doors. I put all 3 prizes there. I'm God. Right. Everything is already predestined behind the closed door. Yes, you do have the free will to pick whichever door you want, but I gave you the options, the 3 doors, the 5 doors, the 8 doors, whatever the amount of doors, I already created them there. They're already there. And then, yes, we do have the free will to do, walk through these doors if they're good or bad, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we want to go hurt ourselves, we got the options to do that as well, because that's part of God. God knows all things, good, evil, this, that, everything.
I have a theory on all that too. Like, I think of so I'll go to a Tesla example, right? So at one point when Tesla came out, a couple of their cars were catching fire, right? And so they had to program over the air software update for every car to raise, like, I think it was like 3/8 of an inch, and that was supposed to give it enough clearance as it drove over some of these places, right? And if you watch the factory in real time, you saw every car raise just 3/8 of an inch simultaneously, same time, right? And I thought right then and there when I heard that story, I was like, damn, that's a trip. Like, this dude's out here controlling every single car with the code, and they're all moving in unison, right? And I said, that's the creator of Tesla. Now, God is kind of in the same place in my eyes, right? To a grain of sand, Elon Musk and the creator of Tesla, that's a grain of sand in the beach. Don't get it twisted. But the same scale of everything, right? You got God who makes us as the people. And then you got this situation at hand where it's very, very simple. He could remove a page and we would never know it was removed. He could add a page and we would always have thought it was there. Mm-hmm. No one would know because we don't have access to that camera that's watching that showroom that's raising everything. And I think that's the way we don't use most of our brain, obviously. So there's ways to move things. But back to the creator of a code, it's very simple. If I choose, I have a fork in the road, A, B, and C. I choose A. When I go down A, it's like the book Goosebumps, right? I'm still going to have a different choice and a fork there. And I think that's the way they intertwine, where God knows this end and God has this beginning and God has set forth multiple paths to get there and back. Yep. And that's why you can say, which used to confuse me at times, how does he know our plan, but we have free will? It's simple. Right. The free will is the choices that we have to maneuver through our plan, through his plan. And at the end of the day, he already knows what choice we're going to make. That's why it's presented. And then you're tested to see if there's growth. Right. How long are you learning from that mistake? Because you got another similar scenario now presenting itself. And now you got to maneuver the right way now that you know, now you know better. You can't say, I didn't know this time. You know better this time. That's where people get a mistake. They go, oh, well, he'll forgive me. Oh, not when you're intentionally doing wrong. There is no forgiveness at that point because you can't even possibly forgive yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. He will forgive you because he already forgave you, but you forgiving yourself, the consequences of there's always going to be consequences to our actions, unfortunately, with forgiveness or not. Because I always say this example. Right now, I'm chilling. I got my wife here, whatever. God forbid, I go in the room and shoot her dead. You know what I mean? God forbid, or whatever. But some tragic shit like that happens, right? I kill my wife. And then I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what the hell I was doing. I was possessed. I'm crazy. I don't know. I'm tripping. Lord, forgive me. Guess what? God will forgive me. But you know who won't forgive me? The police, the justice system, the time that I'm going to have to do for the consequences of what I did. I'm going to be forgiven like crazy. I'm going to be in jail forgiven like Lord is going to be. He been forgiving me. But like I still got to do the consequences of my actions are still going, and that's why I like what you said earlier about living with your intentions are pure. That's what being righteous to me means. Because I can't tell you what's right for you. Or what's right for me. You know what I mean? What's right for you might be wrong for me. What's wrong for me might be right for you. So to me, living righteously means doing the right thing. And it's doing the right thing for you because you're the only one that understands what you have to do. The Bible's filled with a lot of stories, bro, of a lot of men that had to do good and bad things to accomplish greater things. You know what I'm saying? Including kings and all sorts of shit that they had to kill this, they had to do that, they had to go to war with whatever. There's been all sorts of stories in there of men that did good and bad things, but it was for a greater good. And I've had to that's why I learned to follow God, follow the Holy Spirit, and let him guide me into what's my vision, what's my mission and what I have to do. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else might not get it because they're gonna be like, yo, but you started off rapping like this, but now you're doing a secular song, but I heard you cursing. Bro, don't worry about it. What I'm doing and where I'm going and the people that I'm touching is a whole other level and amount of the masses, which is what I'm trying to reach. Right. I could stick to a niche crowd like Christian rap, but he didn't create me to do that. You know what I'm saying? And in my story, ironically enough, he used me to help influence the biggest Christian rappers. So it's like all of the big guys that are freaking killing it like crazy. Like I influenced them to be able for them to go where they are today. Because back then when they was riding around and listening to Jesus music, now it's changed. Like when you listen to Christian rap now, it sounds like regular music. It sounds, they talking, they are mentioning their stories. They talking about themselves now. They're sharing their testimony more. And it's like, that's what God helped me, use me as a vessel to do that. So I'm happy with that. But then now it's time to get to another, build to another plateau and only he would know exactly what it is and how it's going to end up. You know what I'm saying? All I know is that since that one time in '08 when I raised my hand and said, yo, I signed up because he said, I'm going to do it my version of Big with you. He ain't tell me how or how long it's going to take or what I'm gonna do. He just said, I'm gonna do it my version of big. And I said, I want to do it big. Let's do it. Like, I don't know the details of it. I don't know. I don't know if it's a Latin Grammy that's gonna come first, if it's a this or that. I can't tell you, you know what I'm saying? And that's been the fun part now, because
That's the beautiful part about it. That's the journey.
yeah. Once you accept it, because you know, when you don't accept it, when you're still living life based off expectancies, like what we expect to happen and stuff. Like, you know, I expect to be married and have 2 kids by 25, and then the house by 30. Like, that's what we expect. We're gonna always, if you live based off that, you're always gonna have, you know, be let down, you know, and a bunch of crap. I'm sure there's times you're gonna be, you know, things are gonna surprise you and stuff, because life does have its good moments. But when you accept that you're on a ride, that you're on a journey, that it's the process that counts, that when you watch the movie, you can't watch the end. Like, even when the movie starts, when the end, some movies they do that. They start at the end and they show you the end. But then it's like, oh, you want to know how we got here? I gotta go back to, and then now the whole movie, we watching the whole, even though we already saw the end. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could watch a movie right now about 9/11 and the Twin Towers, but I know the ending already. But guess what? I want to see the whole, how it happened, how it, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and it's like, you know, one of the only books I read was the Steve Jobs, like, biography. And I was infatuated with the details of the man's life. It was it's his life is a movie. It's a crazy story. So I'm reading. I'm like, bro, like, this is insane. Like, you know what I mean? That things that you would never know, you know what I'm saying? Because again, we just know Apple. I just know the iPhone and he made it. But when you go back into the story and see the whole way they came up with the whole thing, it's like, it's infatuated, bro. And I feel like it's happening to us in real time. You know what I'm saying? We are living our movies that we create. You know,
Yep.
every day we have a different opportunity to write. You know, like you said, we're all going towards the same place, but there might be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different ways to get there. And every day we have another chance to make that better. You know what I'm saying? Whether we're gonna jump on the path, y'all. That's why we say things like, yo, I'm on the path. I feel like I'm aligned. When you feel like finally, bro, everything's aligned and everything is on the right. I'm on the right path because you finally picked the right path that you're supposed to be on. So, you know, I feel like you know,
I think,
that's something that's always gonna be between you and God. And
yeah,
once you know that, you know, you see it all the way through, and you know, let people judge you, bro. At that, yo, people judge Jesus, bro. People ain't believe him. If it was like that, then Jesus would have saved everybody. He would have came on earth when he was here. Everybody would have believed him. Everybody would have been saved or whatever, and that's it. No, people called them weird. People called his followers. The word Christian is actually a diss word. It's like, oh, you following the guy that thinks he's the Christ. You're a Christian. You're one of those idiots that following this guy thinking he's doing miracles and that. Like, that was the talk of back then. It wasn't, you know, the disciples was niggas was ashamed, like, to, oh shit, damn, Jesus, you with them, huh? Who, me? Nah. Like, why did Peter deny Jesus? Because of that. Because you was a weirdo to follow some guy that thought so crazy like he did. But I feel like that's the message, and I feel like I'm one of those crazies. I believed what he said. I took it for real. Like, damn, Jesus said we was gonna do bigger things than he did, better things than he did. That's what he said. I did not make this up. So I would read these things, bro, and they would become so much life to me, not in a religious way, you know. And I feel like that's kind of what pissed the religious people off, because I read it and it was just simple to me. Like, it wasn't this deep, you know, philosophical thing. It was just so like easy to understand.
yeah, it
Like,
becomes
yo,
black and white, man. I think when you get to the point when you go, look, man, it's depressing when you think back at some of the decisions you made that you could have easily honed in on the Holy Spirit and made a way better decision. It becomes anxiety riddled your life, man. It's anxiety in a can when you think about where you're supposed to be right now and why aren't you there yet and where you want to get to. But when you really just understand today is the day, and you seize every moment of it and you do the right thing, because to your point about maneuvering with pure intent, yeah, I'm going to maneuver with pure intent and do what's best for me and what I believe to be true. But I also will sit back and think about a decision and say, who does this impact negatively? If I can't comprehend any negative impact, then I do it with confidence. It doesn't mean it's not going to end with a negative impact on someone.
Of course, because people, because you can't stop people's negative filter. Like, unfortunately, we live in a world with positive and negative people. So it don't matter how positive you are. There's always gonna be somebody that's gonna hate it. Like yesterday, I think on online, I saw a video like that. Some kid was like on a corner preaching, and then like some guy from the community comes up and he's like, you know, screaming at him now. He's mad and like arguing. And then Buddy's like, yo, bro, like, if you don't like my message, you know, you could just keep walking. Like this doesn't have to be for you. You could keep it moving. Nah, Buddy wants to attack me. Now you want to destroy my message because it doesn't cater to you. Now now all of a sudden I'm offensive. No, I'm not. You're just offended because you want to be, because that's what you feel, and it's okay to be offended, bro. Like at the end of the day, I feel like that's one of them scriptures where it's like Jesus said, bro, I ain't come here to bring families together. I came here to bring a sword. I came here to divide shit. Like there's gonna be some people that's gonna have to either stand on business or sit their ass down. There's people that's gonna either have to stand up for a cause or get away from it, far away, like far away. And that's gonna divide people because some people are gonna be like, yo, you know what, bro? I'm with you, bro. That's the truth. Let's go for it. And then some people's gonna say, you know what, bro? I'm making way too much money. I don't really feel like this is gonna benefit me to even speak on this, so let me just stay out of it. Like it's like me, I do that too, bro. I have a page on my Instagram. I don't really talk too much about politics on there. I don't really talk too much religious things on there too much like that. You know what I'm saying? I talk about my music. I talk about certain things. Now I'm getting a little more open to talk about some of these topics like this because this is what I'm genuinely passionate about. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is how I connect with my real people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm opening myself to doing a little more. But in reality, man, like I know how that works and how it impacts in the industry and how people see it. Like, you know how it could be bad and stuff. So I just feel like right now we gotta be courageous with our messages. We don't have to be assholes, and we don't gotta be like, we don't gotta go attack people, and we don't gotta go bash anybody or whatever. Cause you know, it's like, to me, it's like, bro, live your life and do you, bro. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying?
You're right, though. You said you got to be courageous because there might be consequences, and that's okay. If it doesn't go the route you think it should go, that's okay too, because we know that what we think is supposed to be there isn't going to be the scenario half the time. It's going to be a completely different setup.
Correct,
and
bro.
I think you're right, though. It's the even keel approach of also being okay with that. We can always agree to disagree. You don't
100%. I don't have to be for everybody, bro. I that's one of the things that I've learned with music that I was able to learn, because I got so many friends that make music, bro, from all sorts of walks of life, right? And they got so many different type of fans. And it's like, I've worked with rappers, I've worked with country artists, and I've been in some rooms where some of these people are together. You know, where it's like the country rapper's chilling with Sexy Red and is chilling with the Christian rapper, and we all in the same studio right now. And people would never in their mind think that Sexy Red is chilling with a Christian rapper and that, or that vice versa. And they are, and guess what? That Christian rapper giving her a word. He's trying to be a positive example to her. Like, yo, bro, yeah, you know, we rap, we don't curse, we don't do this. We were, oh, for real, damn, that's crazy. She never knew. You feel me? And them boys was hard. Them boys was spitting. Them boys swagged out. Their music sounded fire. So she's like, damn, like I never even thought, like heard a Christian rap like that's just never even crossed her mind. But it's like I'm seeing it behind the scenes, and I'm seeing how these things happen. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Them fans that rock with them Christian boys, they would probably never rock with her, and they don't have to. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. I always talk about Taylor Swift because I'm like, Taylor Swift, the biggest artist in the world right now, type shit. when it comes to numbers and this, that, and the third. And it's like, bro, I don't listen to Taylor Swift. I don't buy her records. I don't. But guess what? She don't need me to. And
Right.
that's the point.
Right.
She does not need me to. She is winning like crazy, bro, with her people that she needs, that she got. So it just motivate me to find my people. Where's my tribe at? You feel me? That's why I
Exactly.
was super excited to come talk to y'all and jump on y'all on the community and exchange
Hey,
information because
everything you're saying is what we preach every night, bro. And I think it's very similar in the crypto realm. In the crypto realm, we don't want our community members to go to this community because we're scared they'll never come back. And if they go to that, and it's like, that can't be like that. Listen, some
Right.
people are going to rock with us forever. Some people are going to rock with us for a short time stint. I'm
Right.
cool with that. Thanks for supporting when you did. Some people
Right.
are forever, ever here, but what do we need? We need eyes on the prize. It's very simple. If 100 people in a room hear about our coin, maybe one of them love us and 99
Right.
can go with that. Maybe it's 20 would love us and 80
Right.
would go with that. Who cares?
Right.
We just keep going in the rooms with 100 people. And that's how we've built our community over the long haul. I don't tell
Yeah.
people to buy the token.
Yeah.
I don't tell people to hold the token. I don't tell
Yeah.
people that you have to like the token or you're crazy if you don't. It's like, hey, dog, we're going to have a good time for a long time. If you want to join us, join us. If you happen to enjoy the time with us, then it's inevitable you're going to join the movement at that point.
Yeah.
If not, that's okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
finding your fans that don't even know you exist is
Mhm.
essentially the same thing of finding your holders that don't even know you exist.
Right.
And if people are not willing to go outside of their comfort zone and do things with other individuals like Sexy Red and a Christian rapper, if they're not willing to do that, then they're capping where they can ever get to. And
Yeah.
you, my friend, you have that already understanding where most people don't. You have that understanding of the greater picture. You serve God first, and through God, He's going to utilize you as a vessel where He sees fit, maybe not where you see fit.
Right.
To see that these Christian artists have been influenced by you,
Right.
and that's changing the game. There's no award for that. There's no money for that. There's no job for that. But guess what?
Yeah.
The man upstairs is smiling upon you, and to
Yeah.
you, that's worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's definitely been it's been some life lessons like that, and he sends his messages to let me know, you know what I'm saying? And like even the guys, bro, I'm talking about from the Lecrae's, the KBs, the Andy Minnick, bro, all them boys, bro. I know all of them like personally, you know what I'm saying? And they know the struggle, you know what I'm saying? Because they seen it. They seen that I disrupted the game when I came into that space because my approach was a little different. I was super confident. It got confused for cockiness and arrogance. I would talk about how, I had a private jet in my first music video. I was in a Range Rover. I had a model. They're looking at me like, Christians ain't supposed to have that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? If I'm the son of God, I'm supposed to have anything. Like, this is nothing. This is a private jet is trash. I'm the son of God. What is wrong with y'all? That was where I took it to. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't take it to, I'm the son of God. I must wear rags and just be humble and help people. Nah, I'm the son of God, bro. I'm a king on earth. I'm supposed to represent that. I'm supposed to look like that. Everywhere I go, I'm supposed to smell like that. It's like when they say you smell like money. If you don't smell like money, how you gonna attract money? You gotta smell like money.
But that's the difference, especially with the hip hop industry. If you don't have an abundance of confidence, who wants to listen to that?
Right. So that and I felt like with the whole God thing, I felt like it just gave me too much confidence because it was like, again, like it's like saying, okay, the God versus the devil, who's gonna win? It's like we all know who won already. We all know who won already. So I came in with that swag, like, yo, I already won. What you niggas is talking about? Y'all losers. I won. Y'all lost. And when I would write songs like that from that perspective, and me even like talking like that, people just was confused. Some wasn't. Some understood exactly what it was. They're hearing God talk because I'm letting God talk through me. Again, the spirit is perfect. So when I'm talking perfection, I'm not talking about me, my humanity. I'm letting God talk, and He's perfect. So he's gonna speak ultimate confidence. He's gonna speak ultimate authority. If he say do something, it's gonna get done because that's how the Spirit of God is. And when we as humans get to a place where we can mentally believe these things wholeheartedly, that's when they start becoming true. That's when miracles start happening. That's when you start seeing healing happening in your family. That's when you start seeing an abundance, financial abundance of wealth, abundance of health. You know what I'm saying? Because you believed it. The people that are running around screaming for 5 hours and trying to pray and shit, is because they're trying to convince themselves of something they don't believe yet. When you read the Bible, Jesus used to pray for people. He wasn't running around screaming for 10 hours, rebuking demons. He would just tell them the demon to leave, they'll leave. He'll tell the blind man see, they'll see. He wasn't sitting there praying for 20 hours and Lord, and I pray to you. None of that. Because when you're already on the level, when you use faith, when faith is seeing things that aren't as if they were. So that means, like, we talking about coins and stuff. We're like, yo, we have one of the most popping coins. It don't matter if the coin ain't popping today, but you see the verbiage is we have
100%.
one of the most popping coins.
100%.
So once we talking like this, the universe gotta, because the universe, or what people call God, or people call the universe, people call whatever, it only knows how to say yes. They don't know how to say no, including God. God don't say no. God only say yes. So when you complaining, God, bro, I'm trash. God just says, yeah,
Yep.
you're right. You trash. Damn, I'm
You're,
weak, Lord. I can't do it. Damn, you're right. You can't do it. The
bro,
universe gonna say the same thing. Yup, you can't do it. Yup, you're right. You can't do it.
I stopped saying like, man, I'm dead. I'm dead when I'm laughing. I stopped saying that kind of stuff. And it's the little things like good morning. I don't say that no more.
Right.
I think the power of terminology in general and verbiage that you utilize is massive, bro. And I think 100%, I think, look, first off, Lost Girl on Twitch, man, she says she likes you, bro. Your vibe, your energy, all that, I'm imagining.
Appreciate you, Lost Girl. Appreciate you.
Yeah, she's been a part of our community before we were a community. I was talking about spaces, trying to teach people how to trade options and stocks and how to navigate in the crypto realm for free, bro. Just jumping up, grabbing a mic and trying to teach as much as I can. And she was supporting us way before the coin. And this is exactly how we talk, bro. We know what we're a part of. We're part of the best community in crypto. We know this to be true, not on some fake fraud shit. It's true because when people join our movement or join a live space or join the room and they peep game, they realize we're different. We're not talking nasty. Crypto is all about degenerates, quote unquote. I don't let us call each other degenerates. In fact, I'm like, yo, let's talk about risk management.
Right.
If you got a $10,000 to your name, don't put all of that in coin.
Right, exactly.
If you got your name and that's going to be your lunch money tomorrow, don't put nothing in the coin. Only put what you can afford to, so you're not degenerate, because the more you keep referring to yourself as degenerate, the more degenerate things you're going to do and just justifiably say, well, I expect that I'm degenerate. No, man, it's really understanding that a little goes a long way in the crypto realm. And if you really think about it, what are you doing? You're putting your resources into something that you believe will turn into more resources down the road. What time frame you're saying that's going to be in, you already lost. It's not your time. It's you understanding that I'm going to spend time, the journey, around these set individuals. If this is an enjoyable experience, I'm going to become the better version of myself. There's no monetary value I can place on this. However, I'm also spending time with people that charge me up, that make me feel good, that give me strength and confidence to get through life experiences, that give me knowledge, that give me an opportunity to become the best version of myself, to inspire, to motivate, to uplift, to encourage. These are the adjectives that we use because that's what our DMs get hit with all day. And why is that important? Because whether it's $100 and that's all you got, or 20 grand and that's all you got, when you put that money to test and you're going to now spend time with these people for a long period of time, your experience is so enjoyable that you don't care about the money at that point. And when you all get to the point where you don't care about the money is when it happens, because now nobody's selling out of fear, or no one's selling because the time didn't happen in the time it happened in. You didn't put that timetable on yourself. That's why you can see it through. We've been around the game for 8 months, this token. Most meme coins, bro, that were developed in November of 2024, they're gone, bro. They're gone. Donald Trump dropped a token on the Solana chain. Dude, liquidity was gone from the markets. We survived it. Melania coin survived it. Dude, Solana went from $2.95 down to $95. We survived it. That's half of our liquidity pool just snatched. 2/3 of it snatched. We survived it. Why? Not because we're the goats. Nah, bro, we survived it because it's a community of people that are what? Believers. We walk by faith clearly because we have no idea what the cost per token is going to be in a year from now. We have no idea what crypto is going to be in a year from now. But we're bullish on the network we're on, Solana. We believe Solana is going to be worth $500 a token at one point, $1,000 a token at one point. That's not our coin, but it has a direct impact on our coin. And we know this. So what we do is we stick together. We talk about life experiences. We try to encourage each other, uplift each other, motivate each other, inspire one another, give compliments out. We talk about the good news all day. You'll never jump on our show and we're talking about the drama of the day. That's not what we're here for. That's not spreading good news. Because if you really go deep into spreading the gospel, AKA break it down, the good news, then that just talking about shit that makes people feel good.
Yeah.
No matter what it is. If you're talking Combo's music and that makes you feel good, then the people that want to hear about it are going to tap in and stay tuned in.
If you're hungry and I talk to you about food, is that not good news?
And he goes, and I like that you bring that up. I don't know if Rey King is familiar with the Lotto on Sol and like the Solana crypto kind of thing, but like just give him a little like basic of like what the Lotto thing is about, and it's cool.
Simplify it. I'm gonna simplify it for you, bro. It's literally called Just the Lotto. The reason why we wanted it to be called Just the Lotto is because in this game, people get hurt bad, bro. I watched it and I was disgusted. People listen to hype man. Oh, we're running to the moon. We're going to a milli. We're going to 100 milli. People hear this and they're putting their hard money in like, oh, he said it. Why? Because we follow the ones that seek the truth. We think that's what they're telling us the truth. So we start putting our money in and then it doesn't happen. And we're like, what? I just got burned. I saw it all day, every day. So Just the Lotto came in play because it's like, yo, bro, I know for sure if you don't hear me talking about Just the Lotto, but you come up on Just the Lotto, you're not putting your mortgage money in there or your rent money in there, your car payment in there. It's Just the Lotto. Literally, it's what it's called. That's number one. Number two, we knew before building the coin what we wanted to do. We wanted a lotto system, things to make people enjoy their time, ways for them to extract money without hurting their fellow community holders. Because in this game, it becomes PvP, player versus player. If I sell, the price goes down, that hurts you. You get scared, you sell, price goes down, that hurts so-and-so. So how do you get people to want to be around it? Well, first off, you got to be true to your DNA, to your identity, to yourself. We have a community that's huge, bro, because they appreciate the fact that 7 days a week I come up here and we talk about life and how to be better. Sometimes it rolls into the spiritual side. Sometimes it turns into financial side. So 5 days a week, I'm talking about how I can teach you how to trade Solana, the coin itself, for free. I don't want nothing in return. I want you to make money. I'm teaching you for free. So some of the people that hold, they just come here to tap in on the trading. They learn how to trade. They make some money. Not taking my trades, but learning why I trade, what I trade, and how I trade it. So they fish now by themselves. They fish, they make extra money. They go buy more Lotto. That's their gratitude to me. Like, hey, bro, good looking. Dog. I just bought more Lotto with that. On top of that, 2 days a week, we play poker. If you're into playing cards, then we got poker. So people come to just play poker. You got to buy in with 25,000 Lotto. They buy in with 25,000 Lotto. They have a good time. They don't care if they win, lose, draw. They have a good time. Then on top of that, we created a Lotto system, which is where the full circle moment was for us. It took us like 6 months to develop it, but we never gave up. We showed them what perseverance was. We showed them what work ethic does, where it gets you. And to be honest with you, is the best thing in the game. My wife, she creates all of our NFT lines. I'm going to show my screen so you can see what I'm talking about here because it's deep, bro. So you go, first off, she's done 5 lines already. We're about to drop our 6th line. Every single week we drop a line. The last line, prime example, we'll go to this one, Blessed AF.
Show them Blessed AF, yeah.
It'll resonate with you well because Some people, they might think it's blasphemy. My wife was scared, like, oh, I hope they don't think it's blasphemy. I have an intent behind this, and no, we good. Why? So what did we have? We had 69 lotto balls. Now, what are these, Rey King? They're NFTs. Everyone hears about NFTs. What is an NFT? You're hoping you buy it. Maybe the project does well. It goes up in value. Yeah. Most of the time, it's not. Let's face facts. It's not going to go up in value. So you're buying some digital art that's worth nothing later on down the road. Well, rather than that being the case, we go, hey, here's our lotto balls. We do a live auction. So for 48 hours or 72 hours, whatever we set it for, you get to place a bid. If you bid on the ball and you're the highest bid when the time expires, then you win. It's yours. It's a keepsake forever. Whether you want to talk about he is risen or get serious about Jesus walking on water or the Virgin Mary, or maybe you want to see God doing a exorcism. We got people's dogs that part of the community because all dogs go to heaven.
Yeah.
You got Moses up here getting the word from God. You got an angel. You got, of course, Michael killing the devil. You got, God, biblical, the way that they kind of describe how the angels would actually kind of look to us.
Yeah.
You got 69 of them. That's it. So you're getting one of one, and it's 1 through 69. But all of them are numbered. And the importance behind this numbered system is that's how we do the lotto. Here's Noah's Ark. That's how we do the lotto. What does that mean? I got a machine, bro. We're not giving money to friends and hooking up the homie down low. No, we got a machine. It spins balls all around and it spits a ball out. And the ball's got a number. We letting God do the talking at the end of the day.
Facts, yeah. Facts.
Dictating the fate. The machine is dictating the fate, I say all the time. But really, that's God's word. And I say this with confidence because every single time someone's DMing me about something they're struggling with or having a hard time with, they end up getting the ball somehow, some way. And then the number comes out and it's their ball every time. Wow. And we bug out, bro, because it's like, yo, if the ball comes out of number 27 and you own this NFT, the number 27 ball, you bought it. You were the highest bidder. You got this piece of art forever now, right? And let's just say the 27 comes out. Soon as that machine kicks out of 27, guess what? That person, whoever owns it, in this case, owned by Sicko, that person just got the lotto. So whatever the lotto is, well, how do we determine the lotto? Every time the bid happens, it's public wallet, bro. Every dollar goes right into this wallet up top. They see it. I give away 50% of it the first spin, 20% of it the second spin, 10% of it the third spin, and then the 20% left over stays in it for the next round because we have a double jackpot ball. Wow. Bro, we've given out over $80,000. Really, it's closer to $90,000 in crypto since this started. I've injected over 75 racks of my own hard-earned money from my own accounts into this project and taken out not even $1 because I see the vision, because I know where we're headed. I'm not worried about eating right now. I'm blessed in reality to where I can afford to do this, and I get a platform to teach and talk to people on a daily basis. Some of them say they're motivated. Some of them say they're inspired to do greater things. Some of them enjoy the company. Whatever their reasoning is what their reasoning is. They're going to take from what they can take from me. I'm an open book, though. And I look around at our community, bro. Our coin right now, man, 8 months later, bro, we're at a $500,000 market cap, $563,000 market cap. That's pretty good. Had you told me 8 months ago that that's where we would be, I'd be like, so we still alive after 8 months in this network? And we over 550,000? We've touched 10 mil before. And I still didn't sell. I was looking at almost $1 million in my wallet, bro. Easily could have been like, snatch, I'm out, peace, good looking. Nah, bro, it's deeper than that's peanuts to an elephant. When I think about what this project is worth, there is no limit. That's why I don't tell, 100 milli, 200 milli, a billy. That's irrelevant. The project's already bigger than the price action. However, with the believers that we have, most projects would have been done at 200K. Instead, we hit $1 million just recently, had some decent pullback with Solana. Hey, look at the chart. That's Solana. That's not me. That's Solana. That's Lotto. We gonna align with the way our network is because we're on the Solana network. The truth is, if you believe in Solana going up, then you're gonna want to find a project where the leaders of the project show up every day. When we're at 200K, I'm still here. 10 milli, I'm still here. same mood, same energy, same message. If you find that and it resonates with you, you find a home. And now you're just simply believing in the project, but beyond that, you're believing in the network Solana, the fastest network in crypto, the cheapest to move money in crypto. Why you think the president of the United States made a meme coin on it? Because that's the network, bro. ETFs are coming out. They're going to have regulations come about. I'm very confident in Solana, and I'm very confident in myself, but I'm only confident in myself because of the community that also shows up. We have 504 people in here, bro. 8 months into a coin. There's 504 people that want to hear you, that want to hear us, that want to be a part of the family. Bro, I'm beyond confident in the heights we're going to hit because I've already seen 10 mil we've already hit, 10 and a half mil, we hit that already. That's nothing in comparison to what I believe we'll get to. The Lotto system itself is designed and engineered to be for anybody, not just someone who buys Lotto tokens, but people that like to be in the space, buy a Lotto ticket, get a cool piece of art, a digital tattoo for life, one of one that's theirs, and it just so happens to maybe hit a Lotto, plus every single NFT that we've ever sold. Every dollar we made went into the project, number one. Number two, there's 2 live drawings a week that they can still hit money. To this day, even if you bought an NFT in December, you still have that NFT drawing once a week to hit the Lotto, bro. I've given out over $3 grand on one Lotto hit before. Shout out to the person that was giving you props, Lost Girl, how it all started, bro. She's a sick NFT artist. I went up to her, I said, I need your help. I see you in my space all the time. I know you got respect and love for us. I want to make an NFT, and I want the NFT to be a PFP, a profile picture for the whole community. She came back with Laura. She said, I got an idea. We're going to have 69 of them. I was like, whoa, there's some freaky shit. What's going on? Didn't expect that. I said, no, listen, the California lottery has 69 balls. There was a meteor shower. It hit the California lottery plant. And when it did, it took those inanimate objects, those Lotto balls, and it brought them to life. These are the Lotto ballers. I said, tell me more. They each have a story. They each came out. 17 minutes later, we sold out. $300 to $500 each NFT, sold out in 17 minutes. I knew right then and there that this community is different, bro. It's different. Now, 3 lines later, she's developed. And I kid you not, we just had one drop today. I just heard we had one drop today. The newest edition. We have 42 of them out of 69. And she's only making them from people in the community that make themselves known. And the most recent one just dropped tonight. And it's your boy. Come on, man. Husky G. So
Husky G.
Husky G plays poker with us. Husky G's gone through a lot in life, man. He's a veteran. He talks to us all the time about his trials and tribulations. This is Husky G on the left. And then you got him on the right. That she made it. Fuck cancer. His t-shirt says fuck cancer. Every line she drops. Cancer awareness, human trafficking awareness, alcohol addiction awareness. Every line, bro. He's from Philly. He got the Eagles beanie. I see you. I see the children and the wife he looks like in the glasses. If you look close, no way. Let me see that. Oh, I hope I can zoom in on it. See, that's why you need the NFT. You got to be able to zoom in on. I see you. Okay. All right. Got his Jim Beam in it. Looks like he's got an awareness one here. It's beautiful, man. This just dropped like 7:23, 30, 45 minutes ago. Let's go, baby, YOLO. So this is how it all started for us. We started having these NFTs that we really wanted to show the world, bro. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. It's doing things that we thought could happen, but never foresaw. The NFTs were, and they all have numbers, bro. 1 through 69, they all have numbers. So I got on my profile pic, for example, it might put me in the show. Okay. My profile pic, you see that's my character. I'm number 22. I'm ghost as fuck. I got the 22 eye. Why? I was married on the 22nd. My firstborn was on the 22nd. My daughter, and the lower, the second, they all got 2, 22, 12 in that order. 22 oldest, 12 young, middle, 2 youngest. My first home I bought ends with a 22 in the home address. So 22, I wore it in sports. I used to love Emmitt Smith. Used to rock 22 all day, every day.
Makes
After
sense.
22, my thing. Anytime the 22 ball comes out, whatever I would have won, I put that right in the jackpot for the people, dog. I want them to win. I'm winning already. I'm blessed already. I want them to win, bro.
Yeah,
and the only way we can win is collectively believers.
Right.
It's a group effort. I'm nothing without the community. Lotto is nothing without the community. It's not one person pumping it or coming on live stream or talking about it or poker or the Lotto drawing. It's a bunch of people that 100% are focused on being a better version of themselves and collectively believing in all of us together getting to the promised land in the outside of the realm of the religious standpoint, but the promised land of crypto. And it's no different. We get cross these paths somehow, bro. Think about this, bro. Would you ever think in a million years you're going to be on a mic, on a cam with the Lotto coin, talking about your music and playing videos because you met some dude that hooks up people with yachts and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. This is not an accident. This is not a luck of the draw, accidental. Nah, bro, it don't happen like that. That's why I know, dog. Like, it's inevitable where we're headed. We just got to keep believing in each other.
Yeah. Real facts, my broski. I feel like you definitely hit it in the head, bro. And I think that right now is very we're living in some interesting times, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like one of the quotes I like to use right now is, before we build, we must destroy. And I feel like that's kind of what I'm seeing that's happening in the world right now, which is the reason why a lot of things look scary, a lot of things look crazy. Even with the crypto spaces, like, is it gonna be the collapse of the dollar? Is it the banking? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's such a big fear, but with a lot of behind fear, when you look through all the shit, it's like, yo, there's opportunity and there's room for new things to emerge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think ever since the whole pandemic or plandemic or whatever people call it, like, ever since that happened, it was one of those dividing moments where it forced people to either get left behind or learn something new. You know what I'm saying? That's why people started like learning. Okay, like during the pandemic, I started. I joined the community too, where I was like learning a little bit about trading and a little bit about options and stuff like that. Because it was like, it just put stuff. It put everybody in a position where, again, it's like you had to make a choice, bro. It's like,
man, you better
you know what I'm
start
saying? I was running a recording studio. I was recording a lot of artists at the time. And then imagine they closed down everything. So we ain't supposed to record nobody. We can't do this. We can't do that. So it's like, yo, how we gonna make this bread? You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's where we saw the beginning of the OnlyFans, the beginning of this, the beginning of that, of the streamers going all the way up, Twitch, like, because what other people saw as a downfall, I'm home with nothing to do. Some other people saw like, this is an opportunity, and let me start streaming and let me do this, let me do that. And you know, they build communities, they build money, they build all these things. So I feel like
I went from an organization, bro, where I had 47 different branches, over 150 employees, bro, and had a handshake with every one of them. Literally a different handshake with every one of them. That's how close I was to my people, bro. And then I'm at home and I'm like, yo, how you doing? You doing good? All right, let's do a Zoom. Let's do a Zoom. Okay, we're on a Zoom. Bro, there's a disconnect, bro. I'm not right now, bro. And it took one of my business partners to be like, yo, bro, you're fucking up. I'm like, what you mean, bro? We did 13 million revenue last year. What you mean I'm fucking up? Like, I'm fucking it up, you know? No, I'm not. People, cuz you're meant to touch the people, bro. Like, you're meant to be around these people, bro, and help people. You're captivated, and you're the first person that I can say age. You defy, you know, age is wisdom. Like, you defy that, bro. He's older than me. He's like, and I don't want to jeopardize what I got going with you, but God would be upset with me if I didn't send this message to you. You need to figure it out. And I didn't know what to do. That's what got me on the path of being like, God, help me, please. Show me the way. I don't know where I'm going, man. I'm just going. I'm just a go with the flow type of dude, but I need you to just trust me. I'm ready to be that good news spreader, that vessel for you. I promise you I won't let you down. I'm ready. And ironically, bro, as I'm trading stocks early in the pandemic, very similar to you, bro. I had an investment that was getting beat up that I started buying the dip and saw my resources explode and be like, oh, I'm a G. No, you're not, bro. I could have thrown a dart at a dartboard and any one of the stocks I picked would have went up.
Yeah.
Sure, I picked some bangers like Tesla, but that's not me doing. That was, once again, God's plan put me in it. My business need to get a Tesla. So I got a Tesla. Then I believed in Tesla. That's why I invested in it. Like, all of these things happened the way it happened. And I kid you not, bro. There was a person that was big in the stock world that started talking about a coin called the Zach Morris coin. Shout out to Eddie, the Zach Morris coin. I said, oh, this dude moves the game. I get in this coin, bro. It runs to 120 million market cap. Runs to 100 million market cap. Next thing you know, I see there's a space call. What is a space call? First space call I ever jumped on. Antonio Brown was the host. I jumped on the space call. Like, I'm a Steelers fan, dog. I jump on the space call. I'm listening. I'm like, man, I'm grabbing a mic, bro. I grabbed the mic, and he gave me the mic, bro. I was like, oh, what the fuck? There's only one other speaker up here. Like, this shit didn't work. Next thing you know, I'm talking to Antonio Brown for like 20, 30 minutes to end the space. I get off the phone like, what the fuck would just happen? What is X about, bro? How you get on the phone with your favorite receiver? This is weird shit. Next thing you know, the Zach coin's out, and I'm talking on spaces about a Zach coin, a crypto coin. What the fuck's going on? Sure enough, my message was clear. People were DMing me like, yo, bro, you just like changed my whole outlook on life. Yo, bro, thank you for sharing your experience. Bro, I got hit up by some person that was like a therapist. She's like, I dedicated my whole life to be a therapist. And you just inspired me somehow to be, I'm not doing enough. I was like, what? I was fucked up from hearing these things, bro. Like, what's going on? Fast forward, the coin died. Not died, but I never sold a token to this day. But, bro, the market cap was low. And I was like, dude, I'm the only one talking about it. So I transitioned into, hey, let's talk about stocks and options. I could teach you that at least. So I'm teaching the people how to do this. Next thing you know, let me teach you how to navigate in the crypto world. It's treacherous. Next thing you know, one person that absolutely listened to my spaces and learned some shit hit me up like, I want to start a coin. And I want you to start
the decade.
Dev of the Decade hit me up. No way, bro. I'm like, he's like, I'm not going to start a coin. I don't know what I'm doing, but I think we should do a coin called Just a Lotto, and you should be the one running this shit. And I was like, wait, what you calling it? Just a Lotto? Hold on. I always said I would never do a coin. I see the way these people get treated out here in the streets, bro. It's sick, bro. This coin ran to 120 mil, and this dude's getting death threats, bro. I'm not about that. I don't need that smoke, bro. You got me fucked. I don't live a life no, that ain't me. Yeah. But, bro, it made sense. Dog, to this day, God is good. I ain't never got a death threat. No one's ever been mad at me. You know why? My message was clear since the gate. I never told you to buy. I never tell you when to buy. I never tell you to hold. I don't sugarcoat what it is. We go through some hard times in this coin, bro. Hey, we take our beating like a man and we keep it pushing. We're going to figure this out. We're going to keep pushing. And we've had a plan since the gate, never deviated from it. This is a business at the end of the day. We got to treat it like one. Let's go.
Yeah.
Kid you not, bro. The path to touch people was through a coin. If you would have told me, bro, I went without social media for 10 years, bro. When I was done with music, bro, I was done with social media. Bro, I opened up for Nas and Damian Marley for the Distant Relatives tour. That was like the peak of my existence of rap, bro. I'm like, I get to parlay with Nas on a rooftop, dog.
Yeah, that's lit.
And smoking a bleezy and kicking it and living that life, bro. And to the point of where I'm like, crypto, that's what got me to connect with 11,400 people right now. That's crazy. I would have never guessed it. But Rey King, that's why we walk by faith. We know for sure that wherever our paths go, we have free will. I wake up and decide what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, sometimes I'm talking, bro, and I don't even know what I just said. It's because I'm just free with it. I'm free with it, bro, because at the end of the day, that's God.
Yeah.
That's God's plan to help people. Then this might be the way I can help people. If I don't get the DMs, I don't continue pushing. If I don't have 500 people showing up to the stream, I'm not doing this. I'm only doing it by popular demand. They want me to talk, I'm gonna talk.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you, bro. I see a lot of things you say, bro. It resonates with our crew, bro. It's not an empty offer when I tell you, bro. We got an open anytime you want, bro. That link is the same link every night, bro. You bored, you got time on your hands, you got a new album you're dropping, you got some good news you want to spread. 24/7, you hit that link, bro. You come backstage, I'll pull you up anytime. And I can't
appreciate
wait to have
it
a convo with you offline because I got an idea, bro, that I think is like I said, I think it's something that would make a lot of sense for both of our communities, bro. In the opening up new eyes on the prize for both.
Yeah, man. I definitely had a blast tonight kicking it with y'all, man. And I definitely will be making my way back here because I love chopping it up, man. And just, talking to people, talking to good people, good energy, good vibes, and always in a spirit of growth and learning, and you know what I'm saying? Like I'm about that, man. So y'all can definitely count on me. I'll be here for sure. I'll pop up more. Yeah, for sure.
Hey, let's go. Now, tell us before you dip, man. Tell us where they can support you, because the truth is getting YouTube streams is cool, and I'm sure, bro, like people gonna run up excited. That's a song they gonna be. I'm probably gonna play it for the live stream half the time myself.
Yes, sir.
yeah, man. I feel like my social media tags is I am Rey King. I feel like right now that's kind of where everything is brewing. I mean, I do have like my Spotify, Apple Music and stuff like that. And if you stream there, that does support. I do have the merch and all that too, which also is something where people could support at, man. And but I feel like, I'm in a place in my music career where kind of like you was feeling with the coin, where it's like it's still in a discovery mode. It's still something new, it's still something fresh. I appreciate all my fans that have been rocking with me this long already, but it's like there's still so many more that we can touch, so many people we can touch, and so many more new things on the way. So definitely stay tuned, man. Even simple things like tonight, just reposting something and all that, like that's the biggest forms of support, because these algorithms, when they start seeing that people support you, that's when they start pushing it. So I'm always gonna say, start with the small things first, and then eventually when I'm in the city or when got a show in your city or something, then we pull up, man. Yeah.
Hey, you guys, I am Rey King.
Yes, sir.
I am Ghost_AF. I already thought that was ironic when I seen his name. He does have an X. Damn. Obviously, he knew the X game, but this is where it's at nowadays. So y'all gotta do me a solid, bro. Go look him up. It's I am, just like I am, right?
Yep.
Rey King. No space, no none of that, bro. Just look him up. Follow him on every platform. It's the same on Instagram.
Everywhere. Same on Instagram, same on X, same on TikTok, same on YouTube. And so I try to make it easy, man. So you already know, man.
I am Ricken. We just hit the lotto.
We
Baby,
just hit the
let's
lotto.
go.
Yeah, man. You already know. We definitely got to chop it up offline too, man. So you can let me know more about the, the coin, because we gotta run this up.
DM, bro. I'll exchange contact info. I'm definitely gonna hit you up because I definitely got an idea, bro, that I think would be real cool. On two accounts, man. And listen, bro, like I tell people, man, never feel obligated, always feel welcome. We'll support you regardless of whatever you decide to do with yours. Tap in when you get a chance, man. We love the extra support from you as well. And man, I just want to say I appreciate it, bro. I know we didn't really have a set time and whatnot, but man, you gave us almost 2.5 hours of your time today.
Yeah, man. It felt right, man. It felt right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like forcing things, but when it flows, and it flows. So, but I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate you guys having me, man, for sure.
Thank you for coming, brother.
God bless you, man. Thank you so much for blessing us with your presence, man, and giving us an opportunity to hear some new music. Shout out to Rey King, man. I know we didn't get to the list of questions to ask, but it felt right, man. So we rolled with it. I love all of y'all for supporting him, man. Ray, I will 100% talk to you offline, and we'll go over some of the things I think might be cool for both of us. And we'll touch base with y'all for sure.
For sure, man. Y'all be safe, man.
Y'all close with one last music video. What's up?
We'll before we get him out, man. On the
one last one.
Give us one.
You could look up. I guess Rey King, Never Be the Same.
Never Be the Same. All right, let's do that. He's a close it out. Close.
Closer.
We putting it on for him, man. Here's his outro. Never be the same, man.
Never be the same.
Outro, baby.
Man, yeah, man. You know, Spanglish coming soon. That's the vibe.
Sometimes you win some, you lose some. All I know is that ain't no love lost. But just never be the same. Ride, ride, ride all alone. Fly, fly, fly straight to the moon. Jumped off the porch all alone. Young niggas swear now I'm on the move. Since the beginning I'm destined to get it. Yo te lo juro por mi madre. I became money 5 ways, just me and all of my compadres. We come from the bottom, we know how to hustle. My niggas somos de la calle. Little nigga from the projects, now I'm running $1 million projects. Tell me why you run from me. Don't run from me, then come for me. Diciéndome que como ayer tú sigues fiel, pero yo sé que I'll never be the same. Ya no es igual. I'll never be the same. Ya no es igual. I'll never be the same. Ya no es igual. I'll never be the same. Ya no es igual. Estoy en otra cosa. Ya no hay flores ni rosas, ni bron ni mimosa, escena borrosa. Tú quieres posarme, tú no quieres ser mi esposa. Y yo en otra cosa, calculando y contando. Un par de pesos explotando. La mala vibra pasando. No hay más viajes para Grecia, Santorini y Venecia. Te quedaste por necia. Ya no te acuerdas, te dio amnesia. Hiciste una sentencia. Y como quieras, dice permanencia. Tengo toda la evidencia. Conclusión, esto se acabó, proyecto de ciencia. Tell me why you run from me. Don't run from me, then come for me. Diciéndome que como ayer tú sigues fiel, pero yo sé que I'll never be the same. Ya no es igual. I'll never be the same. Ya no es igual. I'll never be the same. Ya no es igual. I'll never be the same. Ya no es igual.
Yes, sir.
Over, man. Shout out to Rey King, man. We really do appreciate him coming up, man, and showing us love for especially the time you did, bro. You put in work, man. You can tell you have a passion.
Appreciate it, man.
Congratulations once again on last year's NAMI for getting a Grammy, bro. Getting nominated is fucking massive 10 years after the first run. Man, producer, rapper, singer, all genres, it sounds like, man. Ghostwriting, the whole 9 yards, bro. Absolutely dope to see you in the flesh, man, and actually get a chance to meet you, bro. God is good all the time, man, and we wish you well. Bro. We'll talk to you soon, man.
For sure, man. Flesh, man. I'll see you guys soon.
God bless.
All right.
That was cool, man. That was cool, man. He stayed a lot longer than I thought we'd get him to stay for, man.
Yo, for real.
Definitely, man, like-minded individuals, you know, they always seem to gravitate, man. That's just the way life is, bro. And we see that all around, man. From his name, I am in it, and to his
I am Ghost, I am Rey King.
Oh, no, copy. I now see why you said what you said, bro, in regards to the vibe, man, and being similar in a sense to where he'd fit right in this community, bro. So I just want to say I appreciate you for thinking outside the box. You hit me up with it like, yo, I was thinking about something, and I don't know how you would feel about this, but would you be interested in? I was like, what? Yes, bro.
You know what's funny about that? I had a dream. I just literally had a random dream, and I just woke up, and I was just like, oh, like, why don't I, and so then I hit you up right away. Like, once you like have those moments, it's just like you just act upon it. And like, I literally had that same day I hit you up, I had that dream.
That's so cool, man. I mean, dude, it was cool, man. It felt right, like you said, bro. It was cool, man. It was some good music, man. Definitely, man. It's an interesting thought process, man. I think it's awesome to hear inside people in general, right, man? It's just like, man, all of the way he believes and understanding the scripture and his version of it, and how he understands and comprehends it, and how he walks his path. And I think there was a lot of cool things about just being true to yourself, man, and finding yourself. A lot of things that kind of hit home for a lot of people in our community. So it was definitely a a really cool experience. I definitely didn't know what route it would go, man, and it was awesome, man. I think it was absolutely just organic. Once again, man, it's just been the key ingredient is the organicness to it all. Before we close out tonight, Cornell Copy's got a few people on the roster he's going to be communicating with, man. So hopefully we can get to the point where Wednesdays, man, become our fun little AMA experiences where we can get in contact with people that are in the entertainment industry from comedic realms, athletes, of course, artists like we had today, and even actors and actresses. It all depends on the way life works, man. But, he's in a position where he's meeting some individuals that are in that realm, and he's built enough confidence that they trust him enough to jump on a show they ain't never heard nothing about and have a good experience at the end of it all. So you heard the man. He's just like us, bro. He ain't looking for you to buy stuff and this, that. He's just repost it, support it, like it, play it, spin it. Whatever you feel the need to do is all grand in his book. So that's awesome, man. And it's a city near you, bro. That's the perfect opportunity to go show him some love and support his cause. Sounds like you got a good head on his shoulders. Before we close out tonight's show, though, I do want to pull up the charts real quick and talk about Solana like we always do. We talked about the Golden Cross, and as the Golden Cross starts to kind of separate, as price action is above it, that 50 will always start to curl upward and start to really move away from that 200. And I'm speaking on the simple moving averages, man. These are moving averages over the course of 50 days, the last 50 days in a row. You take the price at close and you divide it by 50, and you're going to get $162.95. That yellow little marker, that is what the average price of Solana has been sold and purchased for over the course of those 50 days. The 200 SMA is a moving average over the course of 200. And because it's a simple moving average, it's the same thing. At the close of each day, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, West Coast, it is on average $160.81 per token bought and sold for. That's why it's above and below. So the 50 SMA is now above the 200 SMA for the past few days. And we know that is called the Golden Cross now, right? And I've back tested it so you guys can see when the Golden Cross happened last was back in October of 2024. And when it happened, what did we see? We saw the price action come down and kind of test those waters. The irony of it all, the price, the low of the day, these are daily candles, the low of the day was $155.01. And then the next candle was a green candle in which the low was higher than that, $156.69. It got as high as $169.39. Now, that brings me back to today. What did it do today? The high of today was $169.99. So virtually the same high of day, which is the second day after the Golden Cross took place. Golden Cross took place here. The first day after, it touched both moving averages and bounced off. The low, $161.26. The following day, the low, $161.15. And the high, $169.99. My point is the price action in October of last year is almost identical to the price action this year, which goes to the same theory. It was only a 7-day time span. 7 days that the price action went from touching the EMAs, the SMAs. Let me get to it here. Here you go. 7 days later, after doing the two things it did 2 days in a row for us here this year, 7 days later, it jumped to $225 a token, $75 per token from its low the day after touching the moving averages for the first time since the Golden Cross took place. And what happened shortly after that? We ran to 265. And there was a little bit of pullback, don't get it twisted, but we're talking about a 3-week time span. The coin went from 155 to 265. That's $110 per token. Last time that happened prior to that, we can take it back a step further. Here's your golden cross moment. It went from when the golden cross took place, the day afterwards would have been right here. Had a red day. The low was $28.11. $28.11. The high, $125.97. Once again, $100 move, even at those low levels, the moment that golden cross took place. Now, that's just 2 years in a row. Is it going to happen again? I don't know. We don't predict around here. We just react. And I've been screaming from the rooftops to prepare yourself because history tends to repeat itself. And so today, the candle opens. I expected pullback. To where? I'll tell you where. We couldn't close above the psych level today. We did not hold the monthly resistance of October 24, 2024, October. We did not hold the monthly resistance. So we got to come back and test support. And if we hold, great. If not, it's going to keep coming to test support. May of 2024's monthly resistance is right around this level, 165.48. It could come that low. It could come to the simple moving average on an hour candle. Who knows? But there's always pullback. It's never straight up. So I say this because so far our theory is working out to a T with no flaw. Came back and tested it, bounced off of it, holding higher highs. We'll see where the momentum takes us, but it gets real interesting the more we see this play out in live time. Once again, daily chart on Solana right in front of you. Daily chart on Lotto right in front of you. Up to 578,000 market cap. Volume picking up to 10 grand volume. Same chart. One's Lotto, one's Solana. So if you believe in Solana and you believe it's going to run, then the meme coins that are on the Solana network will run parallel with it as long as the people aren't full clipping out. You got to find the trustworthy teams, the people that are showing up every day. You got to find the teams that you align with that make sense to show up every day with. If you find that, you found your Lotto ticket. Now, we got big news, dude. I'm going to play a video for you guys real quick for those that missed it. We got 566 people in here. The video I'm about to show you is a teaser that we've already played a few times. So if you've already seen it, cool. Take that time to repost it, quote it, like it, and do all that fun stuff. However, this video is for our next NFT line. It's official. They're done. All 69 of them are done. And it's true. They're 1 through 69. They're not Lotto balls this time around. But there's some sexy art pieces in there that you're sure to find some love for. And those particular images are NFTs on the Solana chain. That's all you're buying is an NFT, a Solana NFT. And guess what? You're going to have to work for it because you're going to go through a bid. Every bid you put in could get outbid. So it's a live auction. That live auction is starting tomorrow. We're going to make sure it ends before Saturday evening. So that way on the East Coast, you're not up in the wee hours of the morning trying to put these last minute bids in. This video you're going to watch was created by Egon, and the art comes from obviously Boo. I am Boo. I'm going to hit play real quick. I want y'all to enjoy it. And then when we come back, we'll catch up with a few more things before we close out tonight. Enjoy the video in the meantime. All right, we back. So yesterday, I drew a little green line on the chart to kind of show which way we're going here, right? I said, look, if we can't reclaim this downtrend, there's a very high likelihood that we're going to further down. And eventually we're going to break through, whether it's to the right or above. Well, I drew the red line for the just in case we go down. I drew the green line. If we were to break out, we would come and retest it. Then after retesting it, we should start to see some positive flow. And that's how I kind of drew it up, right? Now it's not following an identical, but pretty damn close. You can look here where my point of interest was here to buy. I said I'm buying at this circle. If it's above this and comes down, I'm buying on this circle. On a 1 hour chart, you can see it a little bit more clear where it broke through and it tested and it tested and it did what? Hit that intersection, my point of interest. And it bounced off that intersection and it kind of held for a while. But one thing we noticed was it was holding this support. And I said it before I ended the show. As long as we're above this, I'm bullish. Now, going back to the 4 hour chart, you can see after breaking above and coming down, it tested it, it held, and it skyrocketed. And I said after that, you see pull back down. Now, obviously, this didn't go there. It went all the way the fuck up here. And it didn't come down to here. So far, it's came to here. But we always know with upseas, we see some pullback. And I said it would be very normal to hold this level. Why this level in particular? Because that was this level right here. So it's normal to come down and test some of these areas of support previously. That's still in the cards, in other words. And then we get that upward push. No matter what, I figured we'd be touching close to 170 by 5 o'clock in the morning on Friday. And we obviously did that today earlier. So that's a good sign that we're in that upward trend. Now, we still haven't taken our back curl out, but you can look, we have pretty much a cup and handle here. And what's a cup and handle usually bring? Bullish, usually springs off of the handle. We're forming that handle right now. It's at the halfway point of the support. So I'm going to start a long. Doesn't mean you need to. Hold yourself accountable. Nothing I'm giving is financial advice. I'm just breaking down my strategy. I'm going to start a long. If in 19 minutes, this candle closes above the weekly close, that would show me we still have strength at this weekly close because you can see to the penny, this candle's low 167.35. Our level 167.37. Although it's below, it hasn't closed yet. If it closes above, that's bullish for me. It just wants to reclaim this 200, or sorry, this 50. It wants to reclaim it, and that's where it's obviously rejecting. Same way this was a trend line. This becomes our trend line. So we can do the same thing. We can hit Alt-T, draw a trend line. And what do we have? 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 point. So it's enough to qualify. And guess what? That's exactly where the EMA happens to be. So whether we break out to the side or break up, same concept. So we move our circles. Now our circle is here. And our other circle is here. Now, same rules apply. If we can't break above this, then guess what? We have to kind of retest until we do. Otherwise, we go lower. However, same rules apply. If we finally break out of this, same thing goes. Here's our trend. If we can break out of this at this trend line, let's move this over a little bit. We break out of this, and where do we normally go? Go up. If we go up, we come down to retest. It's always funny to Egon that I got to move all of these all over the place. Once we're done retesting.
Oh shit, man, not mute. Yeah, it looks like a little crazy stick man. I'm like, oh my god, I think you clicked the wrong one. But it's like you can't go back. You already pulled over. You can't pull over any further.
I have to every time I have to recreate from the way the angles would be.
No, I know, and since I don't know which one's going where.
There we go.
No,
So same rules apply. We can't create a breakthrough. We go to the lower lows. We do break through. We got to test this. What's happening right now is we're hitting intersections and we're failing. So if we can close above one of these intersections, since we clearly haven't done it on this one yet, once we break over one of these intersections and we come down and test it, going long is flawless. It's worked to a T pretty much every time. Broken intersection, held it, sprung off. And that's what we're trading when you're in an uptrend and there's a golden cross behind us, knowing that there should be more attractive buyers than sellers. Unless there's market conditions that change the playing grounds, this is what we're faced with. This is what we're seeing. So you got to just play what happens. So I started along earlier at 167.37. If I lose that level, then I close out my long and I can start getting ready to take shorts if we can't break these levels. However, I'm starting to accumulate for a long. My swing is still intact, okay? But my long scalps, I killed it all day today because last night I fucking told everybody, I'm long. As long as we don't lose the key level, I'm going to stay long. If we lost it for a moment, if there could be a deviation, they can shake us out. So I'm going to hold and see what this candle does. I want to see an explosive candle. I said, we got an explosive candle. So explosive, it broke out of the trend. I said, if we hold here, I'm adding. I added, and we sprung. Same rules apply here. Accumulate until we hold, as we hold the level. On top of that breakthrough, I'm in. If we can't break through here, then I'm just going to move this entire thing down to here and readjust. That's it. It's that simple.
And
That's
guys, if you're trying to do this on your own, I mean, I was so scared trying to do this without, a whole community behind me, a chat, being able to talk to anybody who this would be the further they'd be looking at this like it was Greek. Not that it's, fairly straightforward if you were just look at it, not knowing what it is. But on my chart, I only have the 50 and the 200 SMAs. So right now, for me, like if Ghost clears all these lines, look at that. To me, if I'm just objectively looking at this, I'm like, oh man, that's totally bearish. It can't break above. No. But without those when those key level lines come back into play and where we're really, sitting at where we've been and where we could be going, could go either way. Like Ghost said, we react. It's a very useful tool to have. So yes, this is recorded. You can go back, screenshot it, whatever you need. Play your plan. But it's insanely helpful.
And remember, you guys, when you see the end of a candle close, pick up and close above a level, that's bullish. That means people are buying because they think it's a good deal under this level. That's a point of interest because then the next candle opens up right here above this line. Still below, but above this line. Well, guess what? The next time that happens, it might be above then. Or if not then, next time it holds above that level, it's definitely above that crossroad. And now going long more times than not has printed. So it doesn't mean it's going to do it every time. That's why you can't go all in. You got to have the proper risk management because it might have worked 7 times in a row. And then the 8th time you go all in thinking it's always like this. And then you lose. And you're like, but it always works. Like, no, it doesn't. It's just a high probability trade. More times than not, that's what happens with the reaction. If I see a fallout at the end of a candle on a 1-hour close or a 4-hour close in this case, which ends in 13 minutes, the biggest candle is the 4-hour for me. If the 4-hour candle can't hold this key level, then I imagine it's going to come down and test this next level. So I can even wait for the next candle to come up, touch the line, reject it, and go short. This would be a rejection, so I'd go short. This would be a rejection, so I'd go short. It's easy as pie for me. It's if we lose a level that was support, and then it comes back up and it's rejecting it, now it's turned into resistance, then that's when I take my shorts. If it breaks through a level, it comes back to test that level and holds that level, I take my longs every time. So in this case, we broke through this level. We retested it. I take the long. I print. We can't hold this level. I wait for the retest. I short. I print. We do hold this level. I take a long. As long as we hold that level, I'm printing. We don't hold that level. It's not support after all. No problem. I flip course, I short. It's just a stick and move strategy of what these key levels are. And unlike people just drawing lines because, oh, this is a good line, this one's cute. Oh, this one's a cute line because it's pretty new, but this is sure you could do that. But instead, I go back in the history. October of last year's monthly candle, the weekly close of October of late last year, the monthly close of May's candle, the weekly close of May 20th's candle, a weekly close, a key level because it keeps being supported and it keeps being resistance. I take all the letters off that. I don't care if it's month, August, June, July. It's so many of them that it just becomes a key level. That's how I do my levels, and that's what gives me a little bit of clarity to see if there's more bulls or more bears. You can look at market flow, same thing, 52% buy, 48% sell, and that means there might be some more bulls. And then I just patiently wait for the candles to close. For example, I'm in a little long. I just started accumulating before the stream. If this doesn't hold, I'm going to cut my long for a small loss. It's all good. Then I'm going to wait for the retest to see, is this resistance now? If it is, just like this became resistance, then I'll take the shorts. I still got a long swing, but I can still take short scalps. That's how I trade, guys. It's simple. I go over this strategy every day. Tune in every day. 5 days a week, I should say. I talk about my strategies. Even on our Saturdays and our Sundays, Egon will still make me pull up some charts, but I'll still talk about it on Saturdays and Sundays. Just tune in. Get accustomed.
Sometimes.
Watch it work. If it works, it works. Document it. Write it down. Okay, it was right this time. It was wrong this time. It was right this time. Dang, 4 out of 5 times it was right. Awesome, dude. I'm going to now feel comfortable putting $20 in and seeing if I can make some money off of it. That's all it comes down to.
That's what I did today. Screen time. Screen time is, don't underestimate it. Even if you don't have money in a play, I was legit looking at a level today, and I had the cursor over it in TradingView, and I saw the dotted line, and I was literally seeing lines that weren't there, like the resistance. I saw it across, granted my time frame was only the 1 hour, but I saw that it was holding that for at least, I guess I had 2 days worth of hours on my screen, and it was whatever move I made, I was like, yes, I know this is the shot that's going to bounce right here, and it's amazing. Don't underestimate it.
This is why I love the 4 hour, right? The 4 hour shows a clear picture that it is attempting to hold this line, but failing. But it's all noise for the next 9 minutes and 25 seconds, because if it reclaims this, then when I look at the chart, I'll see that this is support still. And that would make me bullish. Now, on the 1 hour, how do people get psyched out on shorter time frames? Well, it lost it already on the 1 hour, and it retested it on the 1 hour. So most people go, I'm in. They go short. Well, what happens if it's a deviation? Meaning it lost it, but the next candle reclaimed it. You would have lost. So you have to wait for confirmation. That's what this last hour is. It's technically confirmation on the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, it tells us the story of a lifetime if it closes above it. It closes below. The lower it closes, the better. I take a loss on my small long that I'm starting, and I wait for a push up, and I grab shorts with confidence, knowing it's probably going to reject that and push down to the downside. Even if tomorrow I wake up and it's up again, that's just the ebbs and flows of trading. I'm not the only one that trades like that. Clearly, a lot of people do. That's why it works so often. We're also in this cup and handle. Look at the 1 hour cup and handle. Tell me that's not beautiful. People are seeing this cup and handle. That's beautiful. And the handle might have to come all the way down to 166. It might have to ironically hit right at the halfway point of this candle, which would be right where the simple moving average is for the 50-day. Bounce right off of it and push to the upside. And then guess what? Just like the golden cross is already here on the daily, if that happens, guess what? The 20 starts to push up again, 50 starts to push up again, which could create a golden cross on the hour. So now everyone watching for that on that is excited to jump in. That's why these runs compound. A cup and handle aligned with a potential golden cross, aligned with some pullback after a push. That's 3 different types of traders. Then you throw in, we're also getting a support trader playing a support bounce The list goes on. You want to join the traders, but you also want to find ways to see the traders and start building a position before they show up. And that's what we did with the Golden Cross so far. That's what we did with our longs last night. You'll see some people like, dude, I hope you went long with me this morning. Shit, we was in our long from last night. You want to position yourself to be in there and sleep like a baby, knowing you got the decent move ready to go, because you wake up, you're feeling great. So trust your instincts, screen time, like Egon says, and show up, dude. And I promise you, you're going to learn what to do, what not to do in a heartbeat. But don't waste your resources until you fully grasp it all. There's no rush. Perpetuals aren't going anywhere. Again, I want to say special thank you to Conal Copy, man, for bringing up I Am Rey King tonight, man. Super fun convo.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. That was fun, man. I honestly just sat back and you guys just like bounce off each other. That was fun to watch, dude. That was cool.
Good, man. I appreciate you, bro, for making that happen, man. And we're ready for anyone you bring upon us, man. We trust your judgment, man. You got someone that wants to grab a mic and jump up anytime, man. It's an open floor, and
Yes.
we'd love to do more often for sure.
Yes, sir. Already working on it. Let's get it.
Oh, Cornell Copy. I appreciate you though, bro. Tell your girl we said what's up.
Oh,
Egon,
she's
man.
actually in San Diego right now with her mom because her mom came to visit for the week. So they just like went on a girls trip. So,
Oh,
yeah.
well, when she gets back or when you talk to her next, tell her Lotto Fan Bam
Will
said thank
do.
you for sharing her man with us, bro. We appreciated your time tonight, man. For real, for real.
Will do, brother.
Enough for making that happen for us. Egon, man, appreciate you to the fullest, bro. I know you're cooking right now, bro. I'm excited to see what you cook with. Tomorrow's the day.
He can't even see me, guys, and that's exactly what's happening right now. I'm 2 different projects at the same time, and it was Colonel Copy. Thank you for bringing up Rey King. That was awesome, and to hear him quoting scripture, not only just in general, but proving his point for all people, no matter what. And this is if they're reading the Bible, which testament it's in, Old Testament, New Testament. Obviously, that's the it's not inclusive of all religions. But if you've ever been in a hotel, you had a chance to read one. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you got Nick.
Thank you. No, it was a lot. It was a lot of fun.
It was fun.
Yeah. Amen to that, man. Shout out to MJ for keeping her little PFP up all night, man, and making sure she was here to support us in spirit. Shout out to my wife who got a little cat nap in at the time too, man. We love you, baby girl. Good shit on this next line. I can't wait to fucking upload them all because y'all have only seen maybe a good 10 of them, 15 of them tops, man. But there's 69 of them as always, and they're out of this world. This is the first time we deviated away from lotto balls, even though they got numbers and that lotto ball machine will still dictate your fate. These are going to be different, and I'm excited to see how much you guys like them. And then, of course, shout out to Massimo, man, for coming up here, blessing us with his presence and his buff-ass PFP. It's good to see him in the building, man. I love all of you guys, man. There's 586 of you in the building. I want to say thank you to those that showed up. Thanks to those that showed support by reposting and liking and commenting. If you're watching us on YouTube or Twitch, remember to subscribe. On Twitch, it's free if you have Amazon Prime. If you don't have Amazon Prime, remember half of those resources come to us as the creator, and that helps our project. If you're on YouTube, it is free, as you know, man. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff to get the algos cooking. If you're on Kick, I don't know how that works still, but entertain that and do what you do on Kick. And of course, if you're on X, don't forget to repost it or quote it, like it. Even if you've already done so, it doesn't hurt to do it a second time. I appreciate all of you guys for showing up and showing out in mass numbers. We got some big things on the way for Lotto. NFT line aside, we have some big things cooking. So I'm excited to see where the trajectory is. I appreciate all of you guys so very much. I love you guys. Shout out to Sherry, always putting herself in a position to be a part of the fan bam when we're up here live and when we're not in the TG and in DMs, assuring everyone's got ideas thrown their way and that their voice is heard. Shout out to Dante for not just making, obviously, the sickest memes for our project, but also for showcasing a ton of art on Shogun Fusion that is up for grabs. Go check his art out. It's phenomenal. And then, of course, Super sick, man. Also, special shout out to Lost Girl. She is on point, man. Greatest in the game. I appreciate you for saying that, Dante, man. Her Lotto ballers are absolutely awesome and mean the world to us. 1 second. They shut down our YouTube, man, because we was playing his song for the day, dog. I got to appeal that shit again, apparently. Anyways, shout out to everybody that's still tuned in. Husky G, man, appreciate you coming up. Love that we got to showcase your new NFT, Lotto Baller Zero, that dropped tonight. That's amazing. If there's anyone deserving, so it's you. Shout out to Snapdragon, showing love at all times. Shout out to Sports Fan, Mr. Chris. Shout out to the McCoy, the real McCoy. Shout out to Not the Mama. Shout out to Jada1312, Hot Sauce, aka Chris Evan. Shout out to, man, I'm probably missing some people. I'm going through this comments just to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Obviously, the Dev of the Decade. Shout out to Motown. Shout out to Jordan Settler. That's our homie there. Shout out to him. Appreciate you guys showing love. And then Louis V, James the Dark Prince, man. Shout out to him. Such a great time tonight, man. We love you guys so very much. I will see you guys tomorrow, Thursday, man. We're doing a lot of perps on Thursdays. We got a little bit of a light day, so a bunch of perps on Thursdays. And then, of course, it gets real heavy during the evening because the auction goes live at some point tomorrow. Make sure you head over to shogunfusion.io. Shout out to Trader Max for making that a possibility. Also for making StreamYards a possibility. That's your boy, Trader Max. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in a little bit. And again, enjoy the outro video created by Egon.
Good night, brother.
Good night, bro. Appreciate all of y'all. See you soon.